session before last, we finished up the aftermath, or finished up the Velas station and watched it explode at the end. Last session, went back to Lamiera, discussed things with Cassian, discussed things with Eileen, discussed things with Rule and Prue. Learned quite a few things that were of interest to you through Rule and Prue, such as they didn't quite grasp that all those people that dropped over were humans, and were a little bit upset when they found out and needed time. That was conveniently just before you got the Kevins over to perform a sniff test. And you are basically done with Lamiera, unless there's, well, with the one exception. You still have to find a solution for Eileen, or leave her to find her own solution.
Yeah.
But aside from that, you can spend some more time here to trade off those that native artwork or the ghost beans that you have. Yeah, I think that you've got two different types of native artwork there. Or you can just head straight off to your Gargi to pick up Asta, and then on your way to Audrima. I'll put you on the starting page and bring us into frame.
Frame job. I think I made that joke before.
A couple times.
I do tricks.
All right, and go ahead and make whatever adjustments you need to make to this to satisfy your own morbid messiness.
Yeah.
I see it.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, we have two.
And I'll bring you straight over to the ship screen. Everybody done feeling about there?
Doodling.
Yeah. Good enough. All right. So, how I don't necessarily think you need to spend a whole lot of time on the Eileen situation. Just figure out amongst yourselves how you want to satisfy, how you want to settle it. Or just leave her. And be done with it. Unless this is a plot point of magnanimous interest to you.
Yeah, well, I think what it was. I mean, we really went out of the way to screw with her plans of killing herself.
We did go to extensive
you
lengths
did,
for that,
you
didn't
did.
But she does.
Personally, I think this is a good time to see if we can revitalize the market for ghost beans, because I remember people went fucking feral for the ghost beans last time. Revitalize the market for ghost beans, and also see if we can find someone who can do the kind of cosmetics that Eileen wants at the same time.
Okay, so you are talking about spending a couple more days here.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's where we landed.
All right.
Unless anyone is desperate to get moving for something that is actually possible for us to reach in time.
Fortunately, I think we concluded that Kana couldn't actually make the jump and get there before Asta due to a misreading of the map, I think.
Devastating.
It's close though. Which, like, yeah.
Yeah, very close.
It would have been very funny if we got there and then we could, like, say hi as she jumps in or something.
Nox, if you're
Like,
speaking.
yeah, you like left to get here faster. We got here first. Hmm.
Nox, if
Or
you're
rather,
saying anything, we can't hear you.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm soft.
Yep, indeed.
clarity on the Asta thing. You left because you thought we'd get there faster. We went and did something. We're still here first. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately, she was correct.
Yes, but not by as much as she probably thought.
She's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be weeks until they get there. What the fuck? I only arrived yesterday. What are you doing here?
Yep.
All right. Well, who is doing the trading for the ghost beans?
I believe we have historically said Das to trading because she's the best at it.
Okay. Let's
Seems
get
plausible. What's the thingies for ghost beans
so.
in wherever we are? I can't even remember.
Where are my tables? We're in Lamiera. Did I
Okay.
send you the tables or the trade document, Ginja?
You might have done. I don't remember it, but
Okay.
that's not a guarantee that you didn't.
That's fine. Important things to note are that the actually I'll just here. We're in discussion. Trade on March. Oh dear. Formatting. Alright, this is clearly going to take me longer than I had wanted it to. Humor
Yeah.
is -2.
I vaguely remember like March was a good place to sell stuff because it's like trade twice or something.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So given that Das has pretty good trade at this point, you know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And the native artwork is considered cultural and luxury. That's another reason it's good to trade here at March.
Mm.
Also, friction is only 1 at March. That's
Mm.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is only one other place that has friction of 1, and that is the swarm at Holau. Their variety of goods is much more limited. All right, so your roles are still going to be charisma, better of charisma or intelligence amongst the crew, which I think was also Das.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's Das's intelligence, Das's trade, and Das's trade then.
Yes.
This is why we
Okay.
get you doing this.
Are we? Hang on. Do we end up that we're doing a trade roll at like +9 here?
Looks
Is it 9? Hang on.
like it. What's Das's trade?
Yeah. 3.
Okay.
So six from trade, and another 2 from int is 8
Mm-hmm.
from Das. 2 from it being luxury is 10. -1 friction is 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we might get a decent price. Like, what's the worst you can roll at +9? Like a 12. So we get higher than base rate, even with the worst possible roll.
Like, I know rolling with a +9 isn't
And if we get the average roll, we get like all of the money.
I know rolling with a +9 isn't up to Das's usual heady standards, but
Well, go ahead and roll it, and let's see what kind of deals Das can scrounge up. Who's going along with Das, by the way?
fuck, we should say someone, shouldn't we?
Make this the trading box and move Percy over to the brig. There. is now Percy's
should also-
bridge.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna. My character sheet was over it. I saw the Percy's disappear from trading. Like, is it Percy's brig now? I hope it is.
It is.
I thought
Yep.
it was already
Should probably get Prue off the bridge too. It just seems like a weird place for him to be.
kinda, yeah.
Mm.
I was going to make that move earlier on there. I realised I don't have control of the token. But yeah, wasn't I already in the brig doing a converse?
Oh, you are. But now you're in Percy's brig.
Now
Oh,
it's official.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because it was Percy's something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, worry room.
Right.
Or paranoia,
Yeah.
paranoia room maybe. Yeah, I am gonna say that Percy and Miokin should probably be looking for somewhere for Eileen, given that we were both previously in the market for cyberware. Well, there's two possibilities. Either we are the best people for it, or we are the worst people because we'll just go, okay, why don't we just go back to where we know? Like we have preconceived notions, you know? I don't know. Nugs, what do you think?
I'm not too sure that I'll be very useful in the actual finding of the place. I'm just trying to get a scope on wherever we need to port them in so that I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, no, that works. Can't hurt for you to have a bit of mental image of the planet then. Okay, we will search, which means it's either Doug or an NPC going with us.
All right. Writing out Eileen's preferred desired conditions for this, so that
Oh yes.
she had a list.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we did not check it twice.
Well, we checked it once, so technically it being sent to us now is
Yeah,
a
we're
second
checking it
check.
again now.
But yeah, but we didn't before now.
Yeah.
Are we or are we not checking it twice before we actually go and search for the place?
Ah.
And do you know? Can you tell me for sure whether Santa checks checks twice at the same time?
You think you'd check it more than twice,
always
given
better
how
to-
many people we're talking about?
You'd think.
It's always better to check a bit after anyway. Forget
Right.
the stuff you thought the first time and go fresh.
Yeah, checking it twice immediately just defeats the purpose.
Exactly. Yeah, so there we go then. So it's fine. We technically we didn't make a list and check it twice. We got delivered a list and checked it twice. But you know, close enough, right?
All right. Yeah, Das, go ahead and roll. Whoever is hanging out with Das during this, put yourself in the trading box. And 17 is a pretty good roll.
That's quite a low roll.
Still reasonably spicy.
That's quite low. I mean, it's it's not terrible. 8 on the dice. But like, yeah, it's not the
great.
best.
It's not great on 3 dice.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is enough to get a price of 20,000 per ton.
Hmm.
And I'll go ahead
20,000?
and roll both of them into the one roll, so you can just do 14 tons instead of having to roll separately for the paintings. Yeah.
It was very important to me that those were kept distinct. Nah.
You can absolutely keep them distinct, and they will sell for different prices to different purchasers.
But on average.
On average. Exactly. Now, keeping them distinct, then, is there a preference for where those beans go? Are they going to a mass-produced merchandiser to try and copy them or put them amongst other things? Are they going to museums or, what do you want to happen with the ghost beans?
They don't resemble entities in any way, right?
They are so caricaturistic of entities that the answer to that is no. They are intended to. They are the artistic representation of entities.
Okay, so we should make it a fad, so we just kind of ease people into the whole entity thing.
Yeah. There you go. They're representative
Nah.
of entities in the same way that Casper the Friendly Ghost is representative of ghosts.
Yes.
I
Of
mean,
spirits of the dead.
Hmm.
do we know that Casper is not what ghosts actually look like?
Yes.
Do we have proof of that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
At least in this setting, yeah, you guys have proof of that.
You know what? You know what? Fair. Fair, actually.
Of Casper?
That Casper is not what ghosts look like.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah. They look like entities.
Yeah.
But entities aren't ghosts.
Mm,
Well,
Yeah. close enough.
I don't know. I guess what happens to you after you die?
Hmm.
Ah, shit.
Now, I would never be so bold of a GM as to get into the metaphysical quagmire of afterlife.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Meowkin and Nox know that that's a lie.
I know it's a lie.
Yeah, Genja knows also.
I know the well. We've briefly talked about our two campaigns and how they're sort of hitting on the same kinds of themes. It's like if you're exploring that theme, you're definitely exploring further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's no point partially exploring it. You got to go all the way.
So yeah, let me know if there's any specific way you prefer the ghost beans be handled. The native artwork and paintings, I'm assuming you don't have too much concern over. They were from the Mu, so there will still be representations, and the ghosts are still going to be a motif throughout. But it was the ghost beans that you had kind of latched onto as your little touchstone from.
Yeah, I don't actually have any grand plans for them, so
Okay.
I'm fine with
Yeah.
selling them.
All right.
I appreciate the choice,
Go for the
though.
highest bidder.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
there's our preference. Whoever pays most.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Rest in peace, roast beans.
looks like you can walk away after 3 days with 28,000. Let me roll the trouble table real quick. All right, that's spicy.
Was it though?
Kind of. Okay. All right. Das and Doug start making some connections. You've traded here before, so there's people that you've already made some connections with, and Doug's pretty good making connections anyways, or new connections. Das has the trading shops. Between the two of them, you're able to make arrangements pretty quickly for offloading the art to buyers with a genuine interest in doing something with them. Which that may not mean much to you, but it does mean that they're willing to pay a little bit more because they have bigger plans than just putting these on a shelf. And so you get that 20,000 average per ton.
Yeah, but that's a lot of ghost beans.
Got some
Yeah,
long-term plans.
Yeah, we got beamed up. What can I say?
9 tons of ghost beans. It is a lot. Considering I think so one of the AI art things that I made of it had like 4 or 5 of them in a hand. They are ceramic-ish, so they're not, super light, but they're also not super heavy. And they're very small. Let's change lab team to Cyber Hunt team. Move all these people out because they don't need to be in anymore. Nope.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So you guys already have some doctors that you know. You've already been on the hunt for cybernetics. You've got a little bit of an idea of how that plays out on Lamiera. But Eileen's conditions would mean that you wouldn't be using one of your cyberneticists because they'd be able to identify you.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you want to ask the doctor to lie.
And probably best not to gamble on it. And also, the cyberneticist that we used were TL4.
True, true.
At least I think they were. I don't know what Miokin got.
They might have been had TL5 access, but you didn't necessarily get anything TL5. But again, they know you, so it's
Yeah, TL5 guy they can easily install a TL4.
With that being said, there is nothing stopping us from exchanging notes and going to each other's cyberneticists.
okay.
Like, Miokin tells me where she went, and I go there, I'm just a guy. I tell her where I went, she's just a gal.
Okay.
That would work. I think. I mean, it's possible that they don't know anything related to what we're looking for, but yeah, let's try that.
Okay. So what are you trying to do?
So I will go to the person who gave Miokin her, or a cyberneticist that Miokin went to that I didn't, including like the ones that she was looking through before she decided where to go for. I will go visit them because they don't necessarily have records of who I am.
Okay.
And likewise, Miokin for the places that I went to that she didn't.
Okay, I understand. So
And we'll start the hunt there.
You're hoping that they won't be able to visually identify you, and asking questions, right?
Hoping they won't be able to visually identify, and more importantly, they definitely will not have a paper trail because we didn't get work done with them because we are going to each other's cyberneticists.
Right, that makes sense. Okay.
It's like they can go, oh hey, that guy looks like Percy Cameron. No, oh hey, I have a record. That guy is definitely Percy Cameron.
Okay. That's fair enough. And in going to them, are you just trying to ask what if they're able to do the TL5 body sculpting? Is that lay out a little bit more for me what your plan here is?
Basically just see if they are capable of doing surgery up to Eileen's requirements, or failing that, do they know anybody who can?
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be more complex than that.
All right. Are you going to check for cameras, or are you not so concerned about that? To remind, that is one of Eileen's conditions, that there should not be any cameras that can identify her pre or post-op.
Then that's something that I would look for because we're trying to meet her conditions. Although, I will say, I will revise my line of questioning to not necessarily body sculpting, but just like TL5 procedures.
Okay.
Because I feel like TL5 body sculpting has got to be easier than getting like revenant wires or something, right?
I will say yes and no. It's going to depend on the specialist. Probably generally yes, easier than revenant wiring.
Yes, like if they can do my point is, if they can do any TL5 procedures, then they are probably at least good enough to do body sculpting.
Yeah, it's a fair assumption. And if they, so how I just wanted to get the general idea of what you're looking for, because how I plan to go through this, get through this a little bit, is with a connect roll from you both, with a lower result, meaning that you find someone who is probably going to call in a specialist
Mm-hmm.
because they might have the equipment, but they're and technically able to, but they would be like a hack cosmetic surgeon that makes you look like not real.
Okay. Yeah, which would not be ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The essence of the plan is basically, like I say, we will go to each other's surgeons because they don't have like a paper trail as a starting point to see if any of them are capable of doing this TL5 procedure, or failing that, if they know anybody who might be. Um, Failing that, we just start knocking doors, I guess. uh, and we're trying to find somewhere that meets Eileen's requirements, which partly involves asking about TL5 procedures, partly involves looking for cameras, partly involves whatever the heck else she wanted.
Okay.
I know she wanted to be teleported in, I forget what else.
Yeah, she wanted to be teleported in so that there's
Yep.
again no surveillance trail, which you know that Lamier has a lot of surveillance.
Yeah. Was there anything else that Eileen particularly wanted that we will need to account for when we're searching?
Hmm. No, not necessarily. Have I had you roll a check with Eileen? I believe I did have you roll a check for Eileen. Not for Eileen, with
Or what?
Eileen's terms here. But I can't remember, so I'll let you roll it again. Why don't you
Would
go
you
ahead
mind
and
if
roll me a wisdom shoot skill check.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Oh.
it should be noticed, but I'll give it to you because I called it.
Appreciate that.
The way Eileen has framed these conditions and the conditions themselves, Percy gets the idea that she is probably going to kill the doctor after the procedure is done.
No,
Hmm.
I think this is going to draw more attention to her.
Yeah.
That's why she wants everything so anonymous, and for it to be a relatively unknown, as much as possible, unknown cyberneticist.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's getting a little unreasonable.
Yeah. Hmm.
I feel like Dex is really seeing how much we'll put up with this. Surely not.
I did. This is all pre-written.
Okay.
Yeah,
but there may have been some intent
that's
with
pre-written with the yeah, pre-written with the intent to say, hey, how long will they stick with this before they just say, Eileen, take what you can get.
I do have a preference for TL5 capable cyberneticists remaining alive when possible, and so if I find somewhere that has a camera, I'm gonna call it good enough and go, I'm sorry, that's all we could find.
Okay.
Like, she does not really have the negotiating power to be picky right now, you know?
She is fairly limited, yes.
Like realistically, she can't really choose to not get the surgery done, and we are by far her best way of accomplishing that.
So by that, are you actually trying to not find a place with no camera, knowing that with a camera, she's probably going to kill them?
I definitely have a preference for finding somewhere with a camera, I think.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your connect. This is going to be charisma because you are asking some kind of difficult questions. You're having to navigate difficult conversations without raising any red flags.
Nox, do you have any thoughts on this whole process?
I think that if anything is going to give, it's going to be the lack of cameras. Although I did do a remind, there is the planet, not this planet, that has like a focus in cybergenetics, and it might just be easier to do this there. Because someone that is a TL5 body sculpting competent cybergeneticist might be notable here, where they wouldn't be, over there.
And I realize I may have misled you a little bit now because I kind of just went along. They don't do cybernetics over there, but they do body sculpting.
Okay.
So it still gets what you want, but it's not. It just specifically, they don't do a lot of cybernetics over there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more interested in getting the body sculpting done because that keeps her stuff safe.
Right.
Than anything else.
Yeah. As I recall, she kind of wanted to stay on Lamiera, and it would be a pain for us to bring her back.
We
But,
aren't
like-
going to bring her back because she can find her own way back.
Fair. Yeah, there is. So, one sec.
You're not the only one coughing, Ginja.
I'm sorry, bit of mashed potato went down the wrong way. I'm okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it will be easier to get somewhere that is not surveilled over there. I am not convinced that is necessarily a good thing, given her intelligence.
I'll give a little, some more details about the planet that Nox is talking about. Scarab in the High Shore system is known for being able to give a bit of a makeover. Less well known is that they can give a complete genetic makeover. And known generally only to the elite and the very rich, is that they can have ready-made clone bodies for your loved ones to jump into after they've died. Or, to a lesser degree, to revitalize or rejuvenate themselves, or replace lost limbs, etc., etc. You know, as an emergency body, so to speak. You guys at your present level of like sector knowledge would be at that second tier where you're familiar, you know enough of the sector's secrets that I think it's safe to say you know that they not only do cosmetic surgery, but that they can do whole genetic remapping of of a person's body. Including, you know, make them stronger if they want. And so, and the other thing that I actually wanted to add, the reason I started talking after Nox already described all this, is because they're also highly secretive and very protective of their customer data. You know, they're well known for not divulging.
And they are not on the surveillance capital. I'm not convinced it's going to change her answer, and like, I didn't know about it. I didn't think to mention it, so Percy didn't.
Right.
Sounds like more trouble to get into if she tries to kill him too.
Yeah. Myokin is welcome to ask. I suspect her answer is going to be no. Myokin is welcome to ask. If she'd settle for that, and not kill them.
Yeah, that's what Milton's gonna do. Present it as an option. It would mean staying on the ship long enough for us to get there, and we have somewhere else to be first.
Is it not on the way? I thought it was more or less on the way.
I could not point you in a direction on the sector map.
Yeah.
It is kind of on the way. It's.
Could we rewrap the jumps there so that we make it there in one of the two jumps?
So it is 3 hexes away, and it would put you 4 hexes away from Aldrima.
Okay, so that works out.
We can do that.
So
yeah,
that works. But we wanted to pass through Irgarji anyways, right?
Yeah.
I still wanted to be there for a little bit to see the whole first contact thing. So while we're tooling around in Ultima, she can do that, and then we pick her up on the way back.
So right now you could do a 4-hex jump from March to Irgarji and then straight to Ajima. Doing this, you would effectively giving yourself
Well-
1 extra jump.
No, Irgarji is a 5-hex jump, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I see. I made the
Yeah.
same miscount as Nox did there. Yep.
I was gonna say that
I-
sounds familiar.
But
So
Yeah. So
either
you
way,
were.
we have to do an extra jump. So
Yeah, you were already gonna have to make 3 jumps anyways.
yeah.
So
And
it
like
is
I
basically
say-
on the way.
And like I say, Asta wanted to like be there for the whole first contact thing. I imagine she wants to be there and enjoy the hype for a bit. So I'm okay with leaving her and then picking her up on the way back from Ojima.
She also wanted to go to Ajima.
Right,
Well,
right.
I mean, yeah, I want my cake and I want to eat it too.
Yeah,
well,
Asta
that was
wants-
Can-
yeah, that's not-
that was
Ah,
part of
yeah.
what you used to convince her.
can we use the map?
Was that she
yeah.
could have her cake and eat it too? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I think that was.
It was a selling point when you were trying to figure out, if she should go or if she should stay on the ship. Now, to be fair, she also did leave the ship, so she might have given up her rights to be taken to Ajima also.
Mm, she wanted
Yeah, we
to.
need to make a second jump anyways, so we can easily stop at a Hystro and then go to Yurgarji, unless we wanted to stop
Yeah.
at like Punjabi Rule on the way.
I have no strong preferences about that place.
Okay, so yeah, you jump to Hystro and then jump from Hystro to Yurgarji and then go from Yurgarji to Ajima.
Okay.
It also like it solves like what path we're gonna take out there.
Mhm.
If it doesn't matter which of these planets we go to, we can easily make Hystro the planet or the system.
Dix, the map doesn't make it quite clear which system is trying to shade in exactly.
It is in Zentra. Yeah, that's not my test. You
is-
can.
Which is right between Maestro and Irgarji.
Mhm.
Okay. Just wondering because wasn't there something that we were like talking about? Oh, we could do it if we had some Trin a while ago.
I believe there was.
Okay,
I don't
well-
remember what it was, but you did. I believe there was some excited chatter about something you could do if you had more Trin on the ship.
I think it was something to do with either the QEDs or the entities. I'm not sure which.
Yes.
Oh, I think I mentioned you were talking about like not having more scientists, and I'm sure I think I mentioned
Oh.
Asa would love more trend scientists on board.
Right, that was it.
That was it. Yes.
I'm just saying it's on the way.
And I don't know that there was anything super specific. I think there were definitely questions about how a QED would interact with entities. But I don't think we really chase that rabbit hole. We're gonna chase that rabbit all the way down the hole.
I'm down to do that.
All
Like,
right.
can we make to Zenthra one of the jumps? I think. Can we do 4 hex?
That's
We can't do 4 hex, right?
well, if we're going to Hystro anyway. I don't know. It's like basically like
Yeah, no. What
I
I'm
don't
about-
know. That's not really that's not really kind of speed though. Doing multiple 1-hex jumps.
No, I mean like
Yeah.
can we do much to Zenthra is the question.
The big
Yes, we could.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's 4 hexes.
How much do
the
we care
big
about?
problem with these jumps is the refueling time. We should totally get infinite fuel. The hard push for infinite fuel.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It will no doubt turn out to be useful, like extremely, possibly life-savingly useful at some point.
It's our biggest
Mm.
time save. It's literally 20 hours per jump time save.
Yeah, no, that's a decent time save.
Oh, that's why you had it. Right. That does make it easier to see. It was. There. Is that? Whatever. Yeah. So some issues that would come up with jumping to Panjati Varul. There is no refueling capability there.
Okay.
So we'd be stranded.
You'd be stranded. Acid has also mentioned in the past that Trinita Shade is monitored by perimeter.
Oh
that
wait,
is the
why?
thing that I thought about as well. Yeah.
Like
Why did I
the
think it was Centra?
the
Centra's
actual perimeter
Yeah,
agency,
yeah.
not the police perimeter that are on Astos.
Okay. Yeah. So not just
Hmm.
performative, it's the
I
actual.
will point out the thing about there not being fuel.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's none in Ordrimer as well, based on the map. So we'd need to think
Hmm.
about it regardless.
Well, sounds like even more reason to get them fuel bunkers.
So we need we need a way to handle that.
Audrima,
So,
at least,
yeah.
the known message that ships get when entering Audrima is that they will be boarded, refueled, and sent away.
Right. Okay.
So long as
So
we trust that.
theoretically, there's fuel, but do we trust it? I don't think so.
Hmm.
Eh,
No,
I'm just
especially
saying,
no.
but we don't have to trust it if we have infinite fuel.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at the very least we need more fuel, ideally infinite, but yeah.
We have the pre-deck.
I think we
Have
can
the
trust
technology.
it.
We have the pre-technology.
I mean, it's
We can
not
work
like
with
we're gonna be keep in mind, it's not like being out of fuel doesn't mean we're stranded per se. I mean, a little bit, but
Quite a
we're
bit.
Means
not
we can't
like
jump.
yeah. It means you can't
We're
jump.
not. We're
I
not
mean,
like. We're not like
you're in the
floating dead in the
system,
water,
but you're not floating dead in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we're not going to be able to do what we want to do locked to one system. You know.
Yeah.
Added detail: you were originally going to Audrima as a location for ships.
Yeah, it's a fighter, right?
Yeah, for a fighter ship that's better than just something you could get built on the Nox or at Light Rider Station.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
if there are abandoned ships out there, you may be able to siphon their fuel, basically.
That was a thought that I had as well, but again, it's kind of chancy.
Hmm.
The thing that occurs to me is
I don't really want to go in there with a. Well, maybe we'll get fuel this way.
yeah. The other thing that occurs to me is that like we have that extra spare build point or whatever it is that they're called. We have not been, like, have we been particularly penalized by being caught in that state of, oh, what are we going to do with the build point? No, we barely talked about it, and so we may as
Mhm.
well spend it on something. And so why not the thing that will be useful in the near future that Nox also wants?
It's a mod. It's not the build point thing.
Even better, let's do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, no objections here.
Yeah.
If
Do it.
anything, do it.
How long/hard would it be to get that going?
Are you talking about the internal reactor?
Yes.
I don't know which specific components. Let me do the math on how many components overall, though.
I think it's conversion. I don't know.
I think the part of the problem is that since we're a 2 components per whole class. Since we're crews, that means 6 components. I reduced that down to 5 components.
I would need at least one of them to be amp and conversion. We could negotiate for the rest.
Yeah, amp is easy enough. We actually have extra amps. We don't have extra conversion per se, but we only need that for the weapons. For the other, so we just needed the. Did I not update this for? See how it. So extra components we have is 3 amps, 1 metaspace, and 1 computing. Did we have?
Right back.
I think I missed something here.
Mhm.
We have 3 conversion in stock. We needed 1 conversion. So we already have. So we have the metaspatial hypercharge cannon done. But did I mark off? Did we mark off those? I don't think we marked off the components for that. Needed 3. What in the world? My math doesn't add up here. I'm pretty sure I need to mark off the materials used for the hypercharge cannon there.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and do that.
Yeah, got to make sure that we have that handy.
1x minus 1 metaspace. -1 computing. I'm pretty sure the pre-tech in stock that I have versus compared to the needed pre-tech is accurate.
Yep.
Okay, so I just took out computing. I need to take out a conversion.
And I think a
then
metaspace
one
would also be good for one of the requireds.
And then the material for the oversized mounting. There we go. And now I'll strike those off.
You want to tell me which fittings you're marking so I can update that they've already had pre-tech applied?
That was it's already repaired. The metaspatial hypercharge cannon and the
Oh,
oversized
okay.
mounting.
This isn't
Yeah, they're
setting
already
things
marked.
aside for future.
Yeah, they were already marked as repairing. I had a breakdown of what parts we need. Can't please stop staring at me. Let's see. So yeah, we got like tons of amp components. So I've actually got 4 extra. Let me just take out this. I think I got it. I think I was a little ambitious marking everything on here. Or like doing the different math components, and that's confused myself. But I'm pretty confident I kept the current stock and accurate. So let me see.
I see. I'm looking at your extra section down there.
Yeah. I was tracking like how much was in stock, how much we needed for various repairs, and then how much that we needed in total, and then so like I was like I mapped out all of that at one point, and the problem was of course then whenever that changed, I had to update every single one of those, and I must have missed updating some of them. It's fine.
So yeah, of the 5 components it would take to put an eternal reactor, what would I say? Conversion, amp, and metaspace.
Yeah.
And you've got extras of all of those except for the conversion. Oh, I'm looking at your what
right.
you've got extra. You've got conversion, not extra.
Correct. We still no, I guess we because we have the 2 phase charge cannons that still need repair that need a conversion. So that would cut into those repairs. So we still need 1 materials, we still need 2 conversions. Total. This is not computing. We only need 1 more. Gonna take out the still needed. Okay. Yeah, so like currently we have 2 conversions, 4 computing, no materials, 5 amps, and 1 metaspace. So if we could figure out how to use up some of those amps and computings, that'd be great.
Amps and computings for infinite energy. Yeah, it's reasonable.
All right.
Yep, so if you want to do 3 amp, 1 metaspace, and 1 conversion, you've got the materials you need for it.
I think we could burn one of the because I'm sure we could find another conversion later to finish the weapon, because one of the big things for the weapons is also all the spare parts. Speaking of,
if nothing else, we're going to Todrum. We may be able to loot stuff.
Also, I need to.
Actually, I could have sworn I was marking off on the handouts when you finished up things, but I can't see any.
Oh. Wait.
I thought I was.
On the repair.
Yeah.
Handout.
Because like I know that you've got all the Oh no, that's why I'm confused. You would have had excess if you used the bespoke parts for the phase charge cannon. That's why you shifted to the hypercharge.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
I
then
think that was something like that.
yeah. All right, then my handouts are correct. Okay. And you've gotten all the mods fixed. All right, well, my handouts aren't correct, but the things that needed to be adjusted because you're in the process of fixing them are correct. So anyways, yeah. It would take 2 weeks to install. You would have to again negotiate for sorry, you wouldn't have to. You could negotiate for hangar time at Light Rider Station. Back to map music going here. It's not something that you can install while flying through metaspace because it is the fuel that you're using to fly through metaspace and the drive.
Seems
Nonsense.
reasonable.
Guys, conversion. Oh, dadgummit, why'd I do that?
And then, of course, I believe the mod section is with competent help, you can reduce that time by a half. So it should only be 1 week, right?
That is half of 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And if tech does nothing other than work, eat, and sleep, they can have those times again.
And Doug's perfectly willing to do that. Let me see.
So, funny enough, if Doug's not involved in the trading, it could be done by the time the trading is done.
Yeah, do it while we're there.
No, well, I mean, I don't think I'm integral to the trading.
I think Doug went to the trading box just as a company for DAS. That's
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
more a don't have Das just do the trading alone rather than a
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doug
exactly.
needs to be there. It was someone
Yeah.
should probably be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you
just there because I
got-
didn't have anything else to do. I didn't think I had anything else to do
Yeah.
at the time.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you asked who's going with Das, like someone had to go with Das, and I went, okay, it's Doug or an NPC. We don't have strong preferences. Doug? And Doug went, yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything.
So yeah, Doug could have been working on the Eternal Reactor.
Yeah, if we'd thought about this, then yeah.
If Myokun's not really hunting for a actually, what did Eileen say about Hydra?
Right, that's why we want to go to Hydro.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what prompted all of this. And
Right. We can skip this info then.
Eileen, Eileen is up for that, but the upfront cost of that kind of work is beyond her ability to muster, and she would need a gift or loan of 120,000 credits.
Do we
Sure.
care that? I was gonna ask if we care that much about her not killing a cyberneticist. But we really are just like placing value on a human life, aren't we? Placing value on an NPC life.
You're implying NPCs aren't human.
I'm implying that we care a lot less when one of them dies than when one of us dies.
This is true.
It's a loan, but Myokun will go ahead and do that.
Is Miyoku just paying from Miyokun's own funds?
Yep.
Fuck. No, you know what? No, take at least some of it out of the ship fund.
Okay, I'm gonna feed these cats.
Like, how much was it you wanted?
ship fund.
120,000?
Lean? Okay.
Yeah, the ship fund that's got nearly $1 million in it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think we can afford it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When's crew pay due?
It's a shame we can't make interest off that.
Crew pay is due in 5 days, and will only be 40,000 credits. 40,800 credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a tiny fraction of what we got.
We also need to pay.
Also, we're
There's
about to make money by selling stuff.
not that
Yeah,
much money. Well, I guess 280 some, I think, right?
Some money.
Or 260 some. We had what, 13 tons? 13 to 14 tons. I just stepped away.
Something like that.
Also, at that point, would it be impossible to recruit her on a temporary basis?
She does not want to be a part of the ship's crew.
Okay.
Our loss.
Really, our loss. Having planner would be really nice for us.
That's a point, actually. Nope, her loss. What
But
we're
yeah.
doing is more interesting than whatever she would be doing.
I'm getting to that for you, Meowkin.
But yeah, Kana is willing to just pay to solve the issue. It's not like we're buying things anyways.
You know what?
Like the fact that I'm sitting on more than that means that it isn't that big a deal.
Okay. What's the thing? 5%?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
thank you.
I need to check whether my Tinker has that or not for ship mods. I think it does.
I think it does for all mods, yeah.
Actually, this is actually kind of appropriate time. I feel like we're about to go on our little whirlwind tour.
Not bad, yeah.
Like before, it just kind of slowed us down a bit, but now it would be like a huge damper to not have.
All right. 5% of your ship cost is 2.25 million.
That is
Huh.
a little bit on the expensive.
That is a lot of money. However, I think it's
Yeah.
probably still worth it if we can get that money together.
At least we can have it.
Yes,
so we
you
can
do
have it. So I think with
Do
the
we- do we
halving,
have that much money?
yes. Well, if we have $1 million in chip funds, and I know, and we're about to get 260,000 or so, or 260, 280,000. Like I said, I don't remember.
That's
Yeah.
still less than 2.25 million.
No, but I have that 2.25 million.
Fucking hell! What have you not been spending it on?
The two and a quarter.
I when I say I have HALVE,
Yeah.
not HAVE.
Oh.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I have it.
So it's
Right,
so
right,
it's
right.
2.25 million.
I don't have
base,
it, but I have it.
which is 11.25 actual. Like ship fund plus DAS
Yeah.
covers that. Probably ship fund plus any of us would cover that.
I mean, not Myokin after what just happened, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, no, ship fund plus most of us individually could cover it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
ship fund plus we all
yeah.
chip a bit in and we've got it, and then we're good.
Yep.
Proud GM moment watching you guys drain the coffers. Also,
Yeah,
proud
but
GM moment
draining the
enabling you
coffers
to
too,
have that
yeah.
much.
Yeah, but that's kind of the thing with stars is like it explicitly says, you know, if the players have earned the money, they get the money.
Yeah.
And the campaign is then about what you do with the money rather than obtaining all the money.
Yeah.
That's
And what
always
we
been
do
my
with the money is
philosophy.
apparently install an eternal reactor.
It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it.
And
Oh,
that
it is,
Tinker
yeah.
focus really pays off.
so much time save, and also Eternal Reactor, because you can leave from any point in the system, right?
No, you still have to
So
be at the
that-
edge of the system to
Well, yeah, for
initiate a
any-
spike wheel.
My
We have
thinking
an
is more you don't
we
have
have-
to be at the edge that corresponds to the way you're going.
Oh,
is
yes.
what I was thinking.
Yes.
Well,
You just have to be at the edge somewhere.
hold on.
So
hold
basically, with the Eternal Fuel,
Ginja,
we can
Meowkin's
hop into
pointing
the
out.
system.
Yeah, hold on. I want to point out
Mhm.
we also have
A lot
emergency
of
drill
noise.
activation already on the ship,
There's a lot of noise.
which means that we
Mhm.
can jump from anywhere in the system.
Once a week.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking is basically the Eternal Reactor means we can drop into a system, be like, nah, don't like this, and just immediately jump out.
Yes.
And just repeatedly do that forever. And just like stay in metaspace.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely staying in metaspace long term will have no negative repercussions.
No, of course. No, it'd be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, y'all
Not a
thought this
problem.
was you thought this one was expensive. Emergency drill activation is 4 times as expensive. On the credit score.
Wow.
we didn't have to pay for that one.
And we've got it. Yeah.
Now
will
I see why they
say,
didn't already have
we
the
are
internal
spending
reactor installed.
I will say, even if we jump from place to place continuously, we're still probably spending less time in metaspace than like people without, on the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is like, okay, so we saved 20. You said 20 hours for the refuel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long is it like per hex for a jump?
0.6 days. If the course is trimmed.
Right.
Yeah.
0.6
Okay.
days, and
So
that is-
effectively, it's like a hex and a bit of time
we can-
to refuel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
We can travel basically 2 hexes a day.
yeah, because
Yeah.
20 hours is 0.83 of a day, so we're shaving that much off of each jump.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, are you guys doing all that?
Looks like it.
Paying the crew? No.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we need to figure out the funds. We don't currently have all that full amount in ship funds.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with this
I
splitting
think-
it.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say actually, how about we if we finalize? I mean, I think we did finalize the sale, but we haven't added that, right?
There you go.
I said we had 14 tons.
I would say, yeah.
So
if we
I think-
finalize the
so-
sale and just put that all in the ship funds.
Correct. Then we
And
should
then-
be able to
and
pay
then
entirely
figure
for
out.
ship funds. Yeah, I think from then we should be able to pay the ship funds and the maintenance crew. Now, or the crew fees. Now, mind you, we'll still have to build up a nest egg for the next maintenance, but we're pretty recent
Of
on
course,
that.
but
so-
yeah.
Yeah. I think between us, like, I think it's best if we save enough ship funds to cover the next crew costs.
Yeah.
And between us, we can still cover the rest of the money needed for the Eternal
And
Reactor.
then, yeah, and then at a pinch, if we don't get defunds, we can pay out of pocket for the crew next time.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, who knows what crazy ship we might find in Ordroma that we could potentially sell.
Wealthy
Or
heck, we might-
CEO,
Or heck, for all we know, we
taking
might
a
lose
pay
all our crew in the meantime.
No, what was it?
Is it a wealthy CEO 1%ers taking a pay cut to pay the crew?
Oh wait, no, we don't want that.
Because pirates are notoriously not capitalist bastards.
Yeah, isn't there something about like pirate ships being democratic? So if the crew got mad, they just like
Yeah,
basically got rid of the captain. So
yeah. Mutiny.
yeah,
The word
you got to
you're
be
looking
at least a bit good.
for- The word you're looking for is mutiny.
I mean, true.
See also the way that on a pirate ship, like it's very executive disabilities as well, much more so than jobs in capitalism. Like, oh, hey, you're missing an eye. Okay, we'll stick an eye patch on. You're good. Oh, hey, you're missing a hand. Here's a hook. Go fuck those guys up. Oh, hey, you're deaf. Cannons. I feel like I am getting a little bit sidetracked.
A little bit.
But
Little
yeah,
bit.
so how much was the sale going to be again?
280,000.
280,000. Okay. And the
So-
ships.
Here, let me add that together real quick.
Yeah.
So I think we're all agreed on putting all that towards ship funds for the mod.
not quite all of it.
Wait, what did I
so-
just? Oh, I'm silly.
Yeah.
I tried to put the comma in there.
You put a comma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay, so that's
125
129.
minus 1.
Okay.
Hey, you've got Percy's
Yeah.
desired overflow fund.
That leaves enough in
Um,
the ship funds.
Yeah, so that would be. Wait, so if we pay for the reactor, because we pay for the eternal reactor, then we still have 2 months of crew payments. Just
Yeah.
out of ship funds. Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that then. Yeah.
By the way, your average daily crew cost, just in case you're curious, because I was, is 52.3 credits per day.
How much of that is shadow?
A lot.
Yeah, how much did that outlier set it off?
The average daily crew fund is actually 2.3 credits per day. Shadow is an outlier and should not be counted.
If I take out her override, the average daily rate is 36.9.
There you go.
So how many crew do we have?
Looks like 31.
Also, Luna is also throwing off that number.
A little bit,
I-
yeah.
So Shadow.
Not as much though.
Shadow is 1/30 of the crew and takes 1/3 of the money. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, her monthly cost is 12,000. Your total monthly salary is 40,800. So yes,
Yeah, so
I mean,
not far off of it, yeah.
we still
Uh,
make more, I think. So
yeah.
it's fine.
Oh,
Returning,
yeah.
returning briefly to the thing with Eileen, do we care enough about her going to the other place to get surgery done? Do we care enough to pay 120k for it? Is a TL5 cyberneticist life worth 120k when we may never use them?
I mean, like,
Is it worth our? Does it feel good for our conscience?
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like that's what it's about. Is our conscience.
Hmm.
it's not like I'll never get the money back. I'm just alone.
Suppose. I do kind of feel though that the best way to get her to not kill a cyberneticist in the first place, or to kill someone who can do body reconstructive surgery, is to get her a place with a camera and go, sorry, that's all we could find. Which, come to think of it, fuck, has been kind of undermined by telling her there's somewhere else that she could get it done.
She can't afford it.
she can't afford it.
She can't afford it at the other place.
Yeah, sorry, we had to put some money towards getting that eternal reactor in. That's more important. We can't spot you the money for the other place. We can point you towards a place here, but it's got cameras. Sorry about that.
So let me kind of tie this into a neat little package for you. You have the two clear options. Aside from all the other variant options, that you're not really considering seriously. So two serious options you're considering are to take her to Hystro and arrange for her to be seen by a specialist there at Scarab. She is willing to do that, and there's not even any indication, any feeling that she's going to kill anybody there. She's confident enough in their privacy values. The other option is to put her in touch with the cyberneticist that you've found that can do the job competently, and that has cameras. And the
Just find that.
sense that you have is there's no certainty she won't still kill them.
Okay.
So those are the two options. One is a bit of money and a little bit of out of your way. Not really. You're making 3 jumps either way. So it's really just the money. A little bit of money and the extra effort that your characters do have to go through to get her to Hystro, or let her settle with what you've found for her and let her deal with whatever consequences are created by her actions.
I am okay with leaving her here to suffer the consequences of her actions if she murders someone. I am okay with doing that, honestly. small other hidden extra benefit of doing it here rather than Hystro is that if we leave her here, we can go straight to Zenthra if we want to. I'm not sure that we want to, but it's an option, is the thing.
There's a small hidden benefit.
I think it's Punjati Virul, right? Rather than Zenthra.
Punjati Virul, yeah.
I think there's been some mixing up of systems.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Punjati Virul then, yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, that is an option. There's also the other funny possibility that if she stays here, she runs into Porcelain.
I think it's a bad thing for the world.
Eh.
I feel like it might be.
Look,
But it
either
won't-
they team up and it's a big enough deal that Cassian does something about it, or they fight to the death. And technically, since we brought them both here, I'm pretty sure we get paid royalties if they do that. Like you know they'll be selling tickets to that fight. But yeah, no, I'm okay with leaving Eileen here.
Well, I think I know how that fight. Well, we're not thinking about that fight.
I'm going to move you guys over to the ship screen and put up some voting boxes for you.
Eileen wanted to be here anyway, didn't she? Because this is the planet that her daughter's on.
Oh, she's almost certainly
Yeah.
coming back here after whatever happens in Istra.
Yeah, so we're saving our money. We're saving our money as well.
I mean, it's
Mhm.
actually, would that work? Question on the loan thing.
Mhm.
She has the money once she gets back to March, right?
She doesn't have money, enough money accessible to her that's not in her name. Or let me rephrase that because I was very confused. She doesn't have enough anonymous funding or untraceable funding. She basically can't access any of her funding if she wants it to be believed that she's dead.
Okay. So then how is she going to pay for this in the first place?
Well, it's less expensive here.
Our money.
Actually,
Oh. Well, and also presumably she doesn't. She pays after the work's done.
Yeah.
And wow, the problem takes care of itself in her plan.
Kinda, yeah.
let's see. The body sculpting, PL5.
What is it with her and her making plans where people die and us going, nah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, I was gonna say she's a lot more okay with murder than we are, but then I remember that I voted to leave her where she may potentially kill the, or probably kill the fucking person. Cyberneticist.
Viral, can I ask that we stop using so much subscript and superscript?
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it
It's very small.
okay?
That's the point.
It is, but I don't like once in a while it's okay, but it's getting too much for me. I don't want to have to lean forward and look at my screen closer every time.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
See, I used to have a really good vision. 2015.
Okay.
I was the one that
So
could
you had
read the
a vision.
newspaper
Good year.
headline from, not the actual text, but the newspaper headlines from across the street. I'm getting on in age. So all my stuff is still set for good vision. and I'm not willing to admit to myself that I need to change some things.
He will admit to others that they need to stop using subscript.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is kind of just a thing that I do without thinking now sometimes when I think it's appropriate. I will try and do it a little bit less here specifically.
I appreciate that.
If it's something I want you to read.
It's funny. It's the thing that people do is strike through. Also, that one didn't bother me, but I look at it and like, why are we doing? Well, if you strike it through, why are you putting it in the first place? If it struck through, you're deleting the thought. Don't post it. No, it's not.
Hang on, just 1 minute.
I like it because it's fun. Well, the reason it's funny to me is because it's like, oh no, I don't actually want to say that, but the funny thing is that I am actually saying it.
Yeah,
It's like, or like, you know, it's like saying I shouldn't say this, but you know, it kind of implies that it's like,
I get it.
yeah.
Like, I would have struck through this image if it was possible.
Yes, viral has hit the nail on the head here.
But see, if I could have struck it through, that would be a perfect example of why you would just strike through.
And some clouds just need to be yelled at. I mean, I agree with that. Actually, I love yelling at clouds.
Yeah.
I have my clouds that I yell at too.
The image I thought of is the I don't remember what the original text is of the top panel, but then no, it's the children who are wrong.
Yes.
It's like, should I make my Discord text bigger? No, it's the people using Superscript that are wrong.
All right, so it looks like the costs are currently winning the vote.
I think everyone's moved themselves.
Yeah.
I think pasta is where you just give her money to not kill someone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
since when,
that's what I thought.
Since when do we negotiate with murderers? Oh, wait, actually.
All right. Unless anybody has any final thoughts or words to say about it, I'm ready to move on and let you guys go to Hystro and arrange that for her.
Yep, let's go.
All right.
I have been defeated by pirate democracy, which honestly is pretty acceptable.
Have fun staging your one-man mutiny.
No, because I can't ambush Libra and Ryokan at the same time, and I think that's what I'd need to do to win.
You have been too effective in your crew recruitment. Foiled.
Voiced by Aaron Petard, if you will.
All right, so jumping from yeah, the Eternal Reactor is installed. We're gonna get some roleplay about some developments that you've just had while you guys are in Spike Space or Drill Space. But I want to get you out of Lamiera so that we have moved. And so the difficulty for
as well. What's
Sorry, what
the
was
date
that?
at the moment?
Oh, the
Where are we through
date.
to?
After you've met with Zoe and wait, did you meet with Zoe?
We did meet with Zoe.
Okay, wow. Why'd that?
I don't know if we finished the meeting with Zoe. Is the thing.
Huh.
Did we? I know we were doing it at the end of the session. I don't remember if we
Did
were
we?
done.
I don't remember.
I don't think we were done actually. Whoops.
Okay. I think. Oh goodness, I should have listened to the end of the session before running today. I thought I had the last session firmly in memory, and I can't remember what the outcome of the Zoe conversation was.
Yeah, because I think we left off on some cliffhanger or something.
Well, I will make sure that I revisit that before our next session.
We can always text RP or whatever to, you know, do the rest of the conversation. We can even get Jacqueline.
Yeah, okay. So for now, let's just look at it's a base difficulty 7 plus 6 for no rudder. Uncharted 13. It is 3 hexes, so difficulty 14 spike drill. Are you going to trim the course?
I don't think I will.
Okay. Then the per hex time changes from 0.6 to 0.75.
Myokin not
Sacrifice we'll just have to make.
Myokin not optimizing for maximum fast. Is this Armageddon?
In the world as we know it.
And just go ahead and add the extra 5 to that.
There it is. All right. You blaze a new trail from Lamiera to Hystro.
Hey, Dennis, quick question. Oh, sorry, wait, you're doing something.
Yeah, no, because I didn't actually answer Ginja's question because we got sidetracked by whether we finished the conversation with Zoe. So, finish the conversation with Zoe on effectively the 27th, May 27th. Waiting for her and doing all that was about half a day. And I remember you talked with Cassian. And then you got invited to a oh right, we left off on you had received the invitation, and you were discussing whether it was legit. Yeah,
I think we did go. We did.
Yeah, I think
we agree. I think we agreed to go.
No,
yeah, we went. Yeah, no, we went.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember
Right.
Zoe did the thing with like immediately down to business, and I was like, answer.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
You're like,
right.
what's for lunch?
And like answer one pleasantry, and that got her doing like half an hour of hobnobbing.
Yes. Well, you reminded her how business is supposed to be run according to her father, and so even if you only wanted to make a joke of it, she.
You made your bed, now lie in it.
No, I wasn't making a joke. I was making a point.
Wow.
All right, and then the time you take to install the Eternal Reactor is another 3 days after that, so that puts you at the 30th, and you will reach the edge of the system. We're just going to put that on 631, which doesn't exist, so 7-1, pay your crew costs.
Man, I am far too spoiled by the convenience of the hacking, the convenience of the fast flying, the convenience of the mods.
Man.
I think that's the lowest that the costs have been since before we first went to Moiran. I think the funds have been menacing.
Yeah.
Menacing.
325.
All right, 2.25 days later, you reach Istro, the 3rd, and while you're in that that drill space, Doug has just finished installing and integrating the Eternal Reactor with your drive. It was so costly because you had to shop and have crafted or machined specific pieces that you had to replace with just one little adaptation. You know, you could possibly cut the niche in here or weld another piece on there, but do you really want to do that with a piece of equipment attached to Pretech that's going to effectively act as your fuel source forevermore? Yeah, so there have to be a lot of very specific parts that get used and very expensive materials. You've certainly stimulated the economy of House LaRue and probably other places too. House Belmont would have a lot of the shipbuilding components and stuff at cheaper prices, as well as House Metro having a bunch of stuff. So Doug has traveled around Lamiera to conduct this business and get all this installed while leaving somebody on the ship to do the less intensive work, the less fix intensive work that could be done while he's making sure that the pieces and parts are exactly to spec. And this is your first spike drill without the ship being attached to standard fuel tanks.
So Doug's not getting any sleep.
Doug's not getting any sleep. How are the rest of you feeling? Here's a question: does the drill feel bumpier or smoother?
Or do you only think it feels that way?
Yeah, that was actually where I was leading to. and how much of that is what you expect it to be?
No, for Doug, it's definitely bumpier. Like every little thing feels like, oh god, was that the?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, since Mjoken took over the helm of the ship, Percy has tried not to pay attention to how the ship feels when we're in flight.
Yep. Yep.
That's
It's a slower trip. It should be easier.
We're still going at 3/4 of a hex per day.
as opposed to 6 days, which is what it's. Well, no, it's not normally 6 days in this sector. It's normally 3 days in this sector because most people have drive
Aren't
through.
we,
3 days.
aren't we
for what?
actually faster than you said there, Varel?
I'm sorry, what was
Wasn't
that?
it 3/4, wasn't it? Because you said 3/4 of a hex per day, isn't it? 3/4 of a day per hex,
Yes.
Oh god, that's worse.
Yeah.
3/4
which
of a
is
day.
like one and a third hexes a day.
Wait, so it was 3 days per hex is like a normal speed?
3 days per hex is a normal speed, yeah.
We're going 4 times faster than is safe.
No, we're not. We're going exactly as fast as is safe.
That was a DC 14 that
That's
had to get
Canna's job.
that was a
Exactly as fast as is safe and no faster.
that was a DC 14 check for it to be safe.
Yeah, it was a no, but look at it, right? Sure, it was a DC 14 check, right? It was a DC 14 check with 3 dice at plus 10.
Percy doesn't know that. Percy just knows that
Sure.
for as long as he can remember, he's been cutting about in a spaceship, and now we are going ungodly fast. With a new fuel source, no less. Percy is doing his best not to pay attention to the ship.
Drilling routes.
I would like to say.
Sorry, go ahead, Knox.
I would like to say that the lack of reliance on a post-tech engine makes this provably a smoother ride.
Oh, sure, the numbers say that.
Yeah.
It's too fast.
I'm sure Doug will think it's smoother once all the stuff's fine and he's not worrying about it.
It's too fast. It's too smooth. It's too quiet.
So, did Doug have or ask for additional crew to be on board and alert to monitor for anything that might arise, both in engineering and on bridge?
They probably didn't ask explicitly anyone else to be on extra duty or anything, but he certainly would have mentioned, hey, be on the lookout for any number of signs of things going wrong. But for the most part, he's taking it upon himself because that's what Doug does.
Okay. There are things at the cockpit and the bridge that he could certainly bring the feed over to engineering if he wants to watch that many screens and that many little graphs and such.
Yeah, he is. He's losing his mind over it. That's fine.
All right, then there's a slight NPC situation.
Oh dear.
Chishin complains to Elena, who has ostensibly taken a role as kind of a crew leader. Let's see, hang on. Who do we have as C1s? Right, we don't have any C1s yet because I haven't updated them yet.
Oh,
That'll do it.
we should probably get some sequence at some point.
I believe. Oh, that's why Chishin. I keep thinking is a C, and she's not.
C. Nope.
She is.
She's T.
Yep.
Technician, right?
She's T.
But she's also. Yeah. Did we? No, we didn't have. Okay. Anyways.
So Elena is still kind of filling the role, even though she's still only at a C0. until you decide on
Good.
somebody to act as your head of the crew chief.
Yeah. If she if she's doing that, then like if she is taking on that automatically, then I am open to promoting her at some point in the near future. We'll sit down and talk about that.
Okay.
It's like something about the job that you want, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember if that's what the expression is, but
So Chi-Shin has gone to her and expressed concern over Doug stretching himself this thin. She knows that she can't get him to not work and to take a rest, but she does impart on Elena the need for some additional eyes just to take a little bit of the stress off. And Doug, you are soon joined by Maximus, who's says that he's just working an extra credit shift to look good on his resume. Does Doug believe him?
yeah, don't believe anything right now.
All right. So Doug is joined by Max, monitoring the fuel flow, everything that the Eternal Reactor is doing. He does ask a few questions. Max is probably one of the people that helped Doug work on it too. But he asks a couple questions if Doug is open to explaining some of the things that you're seeing on the screens.
Yeah, no, it's probably good for Doug to get his mind off of to be going over the details of it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll certainly chat with them.
Yeah, and Max has a mind for automation, and so he appreciates how this pre-tech is basically self-duplicating itself. You know, the fuel. And we'll certainly dive into that with Doug. Up on the bridge, Natario comes to join Kana, and she says to Kana that she was just asked to be an extra set of eyes to watch everything that's happening with the new Eternal Reactor. Yeah. And Kana gets the honest and direct one. Natario just flat out tells her.
I'm less worried about the Eternal Reactor, because I imagine the people there know what they're doing, than I am about the, what's it called?
The showing up and making people go, "Oh my god, it's the first flight with a new mechanism, and you're not at the controls."
No,
Again?
the, what's the thing called? The map.
Sector map?
Holonav?
The rudderless jump.
Oh.
That's why we're taking it slow. We're taking it slow because it's a rudderless jump.
Right, slow.
Ontario
Yes.
shrugs a little bit, says, I'm used to that with you. It was exciting the first time, but now you make it look too easy. No, I'm just looking at how this new component, how the new integrated components handle the jumps and spikes and the fluctuations in metaspace. And she'll talk a little bit about things that Kana knows about also. Standard fuel flow versus this on-demand fuel flow, on-demand crafted fuel flow, or power source. Not necessarily fuel flow, but power source. But she's not terribly talkative about it, just kind of talking out what she's looking at.
Yeah, I think most of go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Most of Myokun's the explanation is that it's removing a point of failure in having the external seals for fuel.
Yeah. Natalia is, she that is a point of advantage for her. Is that we may be dealing with more explosive and bigger tech, but it's changing the failure points. Yeah. And Natalia will make small talk with Kana if Kana wants to. Otherwise, she just sits there, leans back, kicks her feet up, and watches the screen.
Yeah. Some of the time, at one point, Demiokin will actually ask Natalia to hold the controls for a second, so Demiokin can actually make that walk down to engineering.
Okay.
Then
All right.
at some point on the way back, grab the snacks plus drinks
For both of them, or just for Kana?
for both of them.
All right. All right. Anybody else having any reactions to the new drill?
Any reactions to the reactor?
Yeah, any reactions to the reactor?
I do want to like sort of point out a thing that like the really fast speed that we were saying about before. Yeah, this is us going slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we're going really, really fast. And yeah, this is us going slow and taking it careful. Yeah. How fast do we go if we go fast?
Right. All right. Well, we're right up against 1 o'clock. Why don't we take our break before going into Hystro? You won't spend too much time at Hystro. It is just going to be a couple of quick checks to navigate the politics and elitism of Hystro. But I don't intend to make an adventure of getting Eileen her surgery. She's certainly taken up her share of time.
We will not tolerate much more of it.
I feel that. I feel that.
If she's not going to be
a couple of
if she's going to be a crew member, that's another thing. But knowing that she's not a crew member.
Yeah.
Yep.
A couple of little scenes to do at some point, semi-retroactively as well.
Okay.
12th and 25th.
12th and 25th. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I think.
I apologize, Ginja. I may be sometimes flashing forward too much and should confer with you first.
Yeah, this is no. We've
That's the classic
one of these
RPG
is
issue.
me. Yeah, one of these is me missing it,
Mm.
and it happened like 5 sessions ago. and one of them we only just got through last session, and again I missed it, and I've just sort of thought, oh, I should look at the list and seen it, and be like, we've gone past a couple here. So it's not you jumping ahead too much. It's me not even looking at my list for 5 sessions.
Okay.
Because 12th. What did I say? 12th and 25th. Yeah, 12th and 25th. By my notes, we went through the 12th either in somewhere between 51 and 53.
Okay.
And this is like 57. So, yeah. Like if it was you jumping forwards, it would have been the point that I realized we were past it. Would have been hang on, there's a thing. But no, we're several sessions past that point. And I'm now going, oh, hang on a second.
Yeah. In any case,
Not to mention, I mean, tabletop games, or really any RPGs, like you go from, practically time skips to spending multiple sessions in the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think there's any really avoiding that.
No, not really.
And you do a bit of wibbly wobbly time and get all the things that happened in the right order, and you're good.
Yep. All right.
Or don't, and it's fine too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it is. Let's go ahead and come back at 1:15.
See you all then.
All right. Again on. And I don't think we need to necessarily go back and finish that conversation because it ended with Zoe being fairly obstinate that she knew what was best for them and that they were wrong because they were emotional and too close to the situation. We kind of paused right after a point where Viral sighed in frustration at Zoe, and I laughed and said, "You're arguing with a 17-year-old."
I think we do probably need to go back and finish that conversation because she didn't even think to ask about the data from the station that she asked us to retrieve.
Okay.
But like I say, I can just be a text RP thing between sessions.
We'll fit it in today, I think.
Sorry.
We'll put it on
Yeah,
stream.
I think it depends on what sort of plans she had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ginja, did you want to do one of those retros first?
I don't know. Can do.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do
I
that.
think one of them's going to be fairly quick. The other one's going to be a bit longer, but still relatively quick.
Okay. What is
In
the
that
first
order.
retro?
So back to the 12th of June, which my notes are very unclear as to where we are.
I
It's
have
after we meet
you
Porcelain on
arriving
March,
at Pana.
but before we get to Sos. Okay, yeah, that seems plausible. That's between those two. Cool. That is Dima's birthday.
Oh yeah, that's not insignificant.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have anything that Das wanted to do for Dima's birthday?
At this point, I think you can just tell Koana it's Dima's birthday and get out of the blast radius.
I mean, yes, but also,
Dash wouldn't, but
I've
you
just-
could.
but also I've just thought of a thing, and I feel like I feel like it's gonna be either absolutely terrible or absolutely hilarious.
Oh
Okay.
dear, go on.
And I feel like Das has just enough fix to make it work. Can we give the cake some legs and have it like, walk around?
Yes, I think that is a fairly easy option.
Yeah. like Koana sorts the cake. Das sorts out legs for the cake so that it can wander around a little bit. Like little legs so it can wander around the table. I'm not talking, full size
so you're
human
not-
legs or anything. But
Okay, so you're not expecting it to jump off the table, run the fuck away, and we have to chase it down to get cake.
no. It's a it's a Dima's legs thing rather than a
It would be an interesting birthday activity.
It would. Maybe they're small legs, but it's quite fast, so it can run away if you put it on the floor.
What?
But it's smart enough. It's smart enough to not like fall off the table.
Okay. So what is Das's fix?
0.
Okay.
Yeah, like Das is not amazing at fix, but like she knows her way around the tools. She can put something together that'll work.
Sure. So at fix 0, here's what I would see as being viable options for Das given any time constraints or other constraints that you may have is just kind of going it alone and crafting effective legs that can move around attached to sensors, situational awareness so that it doesn't walk off the table. But that's what it does. It, kind of ambles around and with taking some care not to stumble because that might be perceived as insulting, maybe, or offensive. Koana will bring that up if Das doesn't think of that. If you want to get some help with it, then of course you can do more.
I, 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 I,
You know that Max is competent with robotics in his job as automation. He's not so good at building them, but can certainly lend enough insight into the process and the construction that Das can do the rest with her fix.
And
Yeah.
also he hasn't had much screen time.
Yeah, do that. That sounds good.
All right. Yeah, Max is very happy to be working with Das and Koana. And gives the legs a little bit more pep, a little bit more structure and sturdiness, and makes them more lively, or helps you make them more lively.
Yeah.
Koana suggests a dance competition.
Oh dear.
Does the cake enter?
Oh dear.
Between DAS programming and Max automation, it's certainly something the two of them could coordinate on. Maybe even a Simon Says dance like the cake.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
That sounds phenomenal.
That's great.
Okay.
Doing a robotics competition on board the Raza now?
Yep.
Something like that.
You do realize that you are setting the bar extremely high for whoever's birthday is next, right?
I'm somewhat aware of this. I know whose birthday is next, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Are we allowed to know at this point, or are you going to plot silently?
I mean, we could probably
You'll find
figure it out if we just look, but it'll be funner to be surprised.
I mean, yeah, you could just look, but you know,
Hmm.
yeah.
All right. Well, Koana's instinct about Dima enjoying some sort of dance competition was correct. He does, and this is something that Das probably discerned about him also. He enjoys putting the legs to use.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
He got himself up to speed with walking again very quickly, and then just as quickly put himself to the task of doing more with legs, which included dancing. He doesn't dance through the halls or anything.
I mean, he can if he wants to. I'm not going to stop him.
He can, but he doesn't.
But he can.
So yeah, he absolutely loves the did you name the robot cake something other than Simon? Is it, Cakebot says, or
I don't know. Yeah,
are you gonna leave the name to Koana?
Mr. Cake.
Cake.
I think we should hear what Koana has to say on the topic at least.
Yeah, like definitely open to suggestions from Koana.
Like, Das wouldn't just decree a name, right?
Exactly, yeah. Like, if Koana has ideas, Das will definitely listen to them. Whether she'll, go along with them is another question, but she'll definitely listen.
Koana's idea to name the cake is DJ Cakebob. Is not being met with as much enthusiasm as she would like.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, most of us aren't.
I assure you, it's in character.
I'm just imagining Koana revealing DJ Cakebob like it's an absolute masterstroke, and then
Absolutely.
slowly being disappointed as nobody else is recognizing it for what it is.
Eventually, she says, "Or whatever."
Whatever, that's a good name for a cake.
Won't rub it in.
She comes up with another suggestion of Dima Dance.
I'll give a dance.
And then suggest spelling it like do my dance, but say it like Dima Dance.
Yeah. Maybe she's on something. Maybe she's on something.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Or do ma dance, DOMA dance.
Do my dance. Yeah, no, yeah. Works. Like, I, as a person whose accent allows that, I'm biased, but it works.
We can table the cake name suggestion. If you come up with something that you want it to be named later on, put it in chat.
Because there's no way that's the only appearance of the cake.
There's no way what?
No way this is the only appearance of the cake bot.
Might not be, no.
Might.
And yeah, Dima has a great time with the party. Those in attendance are everyone's very amused and impressed by the dancing cake. Someone even inappropriately calls it a table dancer.
Oh dear. Do we want to know who?
Oh, what was that?
Do we want to know who?
Probably not.
Okay. Who actually wins the contest?
Who wins the contest, huh? See, who NPCs do you have here? Who's the try-hard here? Who's going to try and win over Dima? Because you know that something like this should probably let Dima win, but I'm trying to see who is going to try hard.
Yeah. Who wouldn't throw, basically?
It's definitely Aurelia. So it's either Aurelia or Dima wins dance competition, based on you know, the factors that be in. You guys are the final deciding vote as players.
I
Of
would
these
say
two, I'm
roll
okay with.
for it.
Yeah. Slight preference for Dima, realistically preference for roll for it.
Doug has a preference
Yeah.
for the robot.
Yeah, can the cake win it?
That is an option.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe roll for it, and if they both roll absolutely terrible, the cake wins.
I have an idea. Dix, what
Okay.
age is Dima?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Dix, I have an idea. What age is Dima?
Oh, that's a good question.
26.
Thank you. Dima's 26.
What's it? Fucking hell. I thought it was a lot older than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we all thought he was a bit older
He's-
than that, but no.
I thought it was so
He's just an old soul.
Okay,
Yeah.
how about this? Roll a D whatever. Dima wins on odds, Aurelia wins on evens. Since he's turning 26, if it's an 8, 2 plus 6, then the cake wins.
How many sides? D20? Or
Doesn't matter. As long as
yeah,
I
because it
have-
affects the probability that it's an 8.
Slug.
Are we rolling a D8? You know?
I say yes for the highest possibility that the cake fucking blows us all away.
Okay.
I know that it's more
Yeah.
realistic that just nobody kept up with the cake, but I like to imagine the cake just fucking setting the dance floor on fire.
I mean, does it literally set it on fire, or does it figuratively set it on fire? We don't actually know.
I will build it.
Well,
I don't know.
let's find out here. So you said Dima wins on odds, Aurelia wins on evens, or except the cake wins on an 8. Was that correct?
Yes. Boo. Just funny outcome.
Now,
Okay.
let's go ahead and get a int fix roll from Das.
Okay.
It does not literally
It's
set
not
the table on fire.
Good. Good.
Dima reveals that he is glad that Aurelia win, that he voted for her. So, this was
Nice.
not a loss for him. The person he wanted to win, that he voted to win, won.
Yeah. Did Dima come second?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
and it's not necessarily because he's actually the better than that many people at dancing. There's certainly a lot of not pity votes, but encouragement votes because of how far he's come.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
who has improved the most at dancing in the last year? Dima blows it all away.
Yeah. Improvement
some
votes.
level-
That's what I was looking for. Most
Yeah.
improved.
Mm.
But some level of actual dance skill has to come into the dance contest, and so.
I feel like some part of it is definitely he has robot legs, and so he has robot leg stamina.
Mm.
Almost certainly comes in. Yeah. All right. Let's
This makes me want to arrange an actual dance off when it's like not anybody's birthday.
You may get DJ Cakebob again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's built. It's built now. We can improve it and
Yeah.
bring it out of storage.
Okay, so here's a hilarious thought, right? If dancing is exert charisma, which makes sense to me, that means that Doug is actually pretty well placed to be the best dancer.
Doug doesn't have great charisma. He's just talkative.
I mean,
You do have good exert.
yeah.
I do have good
So
exert.
good exert and not terrible charisma, presumably.
I have 0 charisma,
I think
which
I
isn't
think you-
bad charisma.
I think
Well,
your
it is.
exert. I think your exert makes up for the rest of our charisma.
Yes.
I mean, let me see my plus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
of you,
plus 3.
those of you that actually have any charisma. Yeah.
All right, let's pull back into the current time. We'll get to your other retro in a moment here, Ginja.
Yeah.
You reach Hystro. I will say, for the objectivity of the GM saying, that the trip is smoother. It may not be entirely because you're using internal reactor fuel, but that certainly did play a part in having upgraded and replaced some older parts just to install it in the first place. So the ship got a little bit of a tune-up. Didn't need one, but it got one.
Yeah. I guess it's a case of like, it has to be a bunch like this. A bunch of stuff has to be opened up to put it in, and it's like, well, if we're in here,
Mhm.
it's horrible to get in. If we're in, we might as well just do this while we're in here.
Yep.
Yeah. The smoothness of the ride may, and I'm just spitballing here, I'm just speculating, may also have something to do with Myokin not trying to wring out every possible second.
Yeah, that probably helps too.
That certainly helps also, yes.
Listen, I'm perfectly capable of making our next jump without any augmentation. We can just take 6 days to get to the next location.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Let me try and hand wave most of the politicking and other stuff that is technically necessary for this to go smoothly for Eileen with a couple of rolls. Let's start off with an int admin.
Can we ask Elise to do this? She was around, she met Eileen.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Pull her up here real quick. I'll just roll her.
Yeah, I was gonna say my other request is can someone else roll and paint my nails?
Okay.
Is this some kind of plan? Do we get the benefits of the planner feat here?
That's actually a question.
uh,
Eileen would have a best interest in helping us do this.
she would, but she doesn't know enough of the
Yeah.
politics and the inner workings of Hydra to be able to truly contribute here.
Darn.
It was
That's
a good
understandable.
question, though.
I'm just trying to use her before we lose her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good roll. Let me also get a Charisma Connect from somebody that's not Elise.
I can do that. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at like +1 for that.
Wow. Okay.
Plus
think-
one, eh?
I think that may-
Jeez.
I think that may be my first bottle curse actually.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, with Elise and Percy kind of holding the conversation through several layers of bureaucracy, and you get the impression that you're engaging in some kind of clandestine spy activity at some points.
Ooh, clandestine spy activities.
Yeah, the kind of code phrases you find you have to use, and how you have to navigate their secrecy. They don't want to admit what they can do, what they can accomplish, but they want your money. Um,
Hmm.
and
So
so
we are at tension. So we have tension.
yeah. But you navigate that and get Eileen in touch with a doctor who she presumably will not kill.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there's too much. There are cameras involved here. And wow, with a 13, I can't even say that she's not getting the fastest job. She's getting this done pretty quickly thanks to the amount of credits you're putting forth and the level of persuasive connection you're able to manage. So this is only going to take I put Eileen in a tank, a surgical tank, for about a week.
Can we be done with what we were doing and back here in a week? And do we care?
She is happy to get her own ride back to La Miera. In fact, she prefers to get her own ride back to La Miera.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I was implying.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I
And-
was thinking more like, can we come back and both say hello, congratulate her, and see what she looks like, so that she can't sneak away from us if we need her again.
Gotcha. Let's see.
We probably have a line to her. It's probably fine.
I think I was not there when we made the decision. Did Miokin actually totally lend Eileen the 120k?
Is anybody else chipping into the cost?
Yeah. In the interests of fucking sticking it to Zoya LaRue, I'll split it with you.
Doug's fine with splitting as well.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so for each.
At least a three-way split, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus 40k.
There we go.
All right. And she is also putting in what she has of untraceable credits for her own part. So the 120 was after what she's put in. And
Okay.
she will remember that she owes each of you 40,000.
And so
Yeah.
will we.
All right, and that's all you really need for Hydra. It does mean you have to go travel from the edge of the system to the planet because You actually have to transport her there. That is that same 20 hours that you would have needed to fuel.
This is the last time. It's not the last time. It's the last time for now.
Ah, yes, comedy.
If only there were a way to jump from one part of inside of a sector to another part of inside of the sector.
Imagine.
Only.
I mean, inside of a system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know what I mean.
I did, yeah.
Intra-systems
Inside
bike
building.
drill.
We will just get everywhere near instantly. Percy will never have a comfortable night's sleep again because he will never get an entire night because he will never get an entire night on the ship because we'll be there
Yeah.
by the time we arrive.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
goal.
In flagrant defiance of both God and physics.
Yeah. We leave a planet on one side of the system at like 10 p.m. Percy goes to bed, and then the like shipwide alert goes off at like 3 a.m. of like, we're here, we've arrived, the other side of the system, the other side of the sector.
All right. Let's retro back to the conversation with Zoe. Finish that up, and then we'll do the other conversation. The 26th. For Genja, and we'll see how much time we've got left.
25th.
25th. Sorry.
Because there's so many birthdays on the 25th.
There were, yeah.
Are there now?
Oh yeah, seriously. Like, there's for the number of crew we have, there's a lot of birthdays on the 25th.
What
And to be
month
honest,
is it?
isn't there something about like once you get up to like 30 people or something, you've got 50-50 odds that at least two of them share a birthday? Something like that?
Oh, we've got a shared birthday as well. Yeah.
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 All right. So you were sitting at a very fancy and exclusive and privacy-oriented diner, where Zoe had ordered your foods according to what she thought you would like. She's fairly likely to be right because she has been paying attention to this with her dad, but you are, of course, perfectly able to say no, you did not like it, that she got it wrong.
I think that whenever the food arrives, I would probably say, like, I would probably take one bite, say I don't like it, hold the face for a second, and then go, nah, just make a point again. It's actually really good.
Okay. You've navigated through the conversation with her about Eileen, and that ended in the teenage 17-year-old arguing with a 17-year-old standoff, where she was certain that she was right and they're too emotional and too close, so they're wrong. And basically, she should be allowed to bring them together against their desires. That was the position that she was taking, and basically where she ended with Viral / Percy's glorious attempt to get her to see logic by asking her to see logic and using the argument with her as proof that you can't make somebody see logic, and her response being, well, that's because you're wrong. So moving on to the data side of it, what do you want to tell her about the data? Because she does ask.
I think the last thing that I would like to say on the Eileen front is that, and like this is a complete Hail Mary, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I would encourage her to, at some point over the next few days, ask her dad what you're meant to do if someone thinks they know what's best for themselves and they're wrong, and
Hmm.
you definitely know they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on about the data. Do we actually tell him anything? I don't think we actually tell him anything. Do we?
Well, she asks you about it.
No, I'm asking the rest of the players. Do we tell her anything?
Hmm.
Not.
It doesn't
Don't know.
really have much to do with what she's. Well,
I mean, it was the other thing that she hired us for. It's as relevant as the Eileen thing. But yeah, I think the data is potentially dangerous. I have a preference for telling her we were unable to secure it because the station got hot. It's not like that's also a possibility, but it implies that we saw. Oh dear. You know what? Yes. We will tell. Percy will tell Zoe that Cassian hired us to blow up the base with all the information on it, and yeah, no, he was right. It was the information is genuinely dangerous. It's better off blown up.
Yeah. Remember that Das is here with you.
Fuck. Wait, did we leave Das? Didn't we leave Das for this reason?
You left Das when you went to meet with Cassian.
Yeah, definitely left me at the ship for Cassian. I don't know if we did for Zoe.
I think we did for the same reason. Not entirely sure.
I don't remember if a decision was made. I didn't go back that early in the conversation. I do know that at the end of it, there was a call to Das. In fact, that's kind of why I think you'd slumped off a little bit at the end, Ginja.
Oh, I definitely did. I definitely did.
Yeah.
And there was one point where I joked about you got your own 17-year-old. It's like, I said that, Zoe's been through some things and you're like, we have to. And I said, well, you've got your own 17-year-old. Ask her how it feels. And that's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily mean that Das was there because you have a 17-year-old whether she was there or not. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
decide,
It's up to you, right?
did you want Das there or not?
Personally, I'm inclined to say that Zoe is enough like her old man that it's probably for the best for us if Das is not here. With that being said, can't exactly stop Das if she says, I have a right to come. Because she...
Yeah. I mean, I think as with a lot of things, like Das. Yeah. I think she would definitely come if she was invited.
Mhm.
But if she's not, she's probably not going to go to a huge amount of effort to like insert herself into that group
She
without
was.
a specific reason to do so.
She was invited by Zoe.
Okay.
I guess she's
True.
here then.
Well, I guess she'd come along. Yeah. If Zoe is like invited is invited by one of the crew is one thing. Invited by the person we're talking to, yeah, Das is coming along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, technically, it wasn't a direct invite from Zoe because the way you got this invitation was by what looked like it could be a spam, but was clearly sent from the hotel, not hotel, the establishment. But it was sent to you guys as bridge crew, and not just bridge crew of the Raza, but included all of you as invitees.
Functionally,
Right.
it was a direct invite from Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew that she had to go through channels to make it look like you'd won a contest, and it wasn't her directly inviting you somewhere, because then she gets tracked and logged.
Yeah.
That said,
Okay.
I'm still sticking to my line. Data was
Okay.
too dangerous. It's better off blowing up. We blew up the station with info banks on it.
All right.
There's very pointedly not mentioning
Yeah.
that we copied it first count as lying.
Yeah. This is a point.
You are
we did
still
blow up
withholding
the station
information.
with the information on it.
Yeah, I suppose yeah.
I said before you could not get around that with a technicality because people still know what they actually did and that they're skirting around.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Understandable. Still going with it.
Yeah, gotta try though, you know.
The
Yeah.
intent is very clearly still to deceive.
Yeah.
Yes, there is something that you do not want her to know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and make this instead of me rolling for Zoe. Well, no. I'll make it an opposed roll because just setting it at a difficulty 10 is basically saying to Ginja, roll a check that you cannot succeed. So let me
Is it?
with a -4. Because that's how I was going to frame it.
Depending on what the check is, I might be able to.
It would be charisma talk.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, in our weak spot.
No. I can barely get a 10 on a charisma talk to start with.
That's okay.
-1 overall.
Half the fun of these talk checks is failing.
Yeah.
All right, where is my Cassian?
Nox.
What's
is
up,
the
Nox?
place for meeting outside of Cassian State?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I'd like Mugen to actually be there.
Okay.
A little bit disguised up, but still there.
All right.
Not wearing the labels.
If anyone asks, you're the pilot, which is true, and just don't mention the teleport bit.
Is your intent that Myokin is nearby but not with them, or that Myokin is with them?
She can be with them.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, because this is a privacy-oriented establishment. All right. So she's not as good as her dad. I haven't actually made a NPC card for her for this campaign or the cycle. So I'm just gonna roll this.
It's fine, she hasn't had a chance to gain XP, right? So you can just use the character sheet for her.
I'd have to unarchive it, and it would be whatever the previous cycle had statted her as. I'd rather just roll based on Cassian.
Fair.
So actually, I can just use Cassian itself. Go ahead and roll your skill check. You don't have to apply the -4 penalty because I'm giving the +4 to Zoe.
Okay, so just a straight charisma talk.
Yeah.
Can one of us roll something to assist?
How would you like to assist? Cannot be the talk skill.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I can describe the explosion in great detail.
Would carefully avoiding the detail that we made a copy, but otherwise tell her anything, count as sneak charisma.
No, because that's basically still talk.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I got nothing then. Anyone else?
Ways that you could possibly assist are by unrelated distraction, trying to connect with her as a way of distraction.
I feel like unrelated distraction is the best thing. Anyone got anything for unrelated distraction? Doug Mukin?
I think that that's about the extent of where my brain is going, is either physical
Yeah, no,
distraction or connection distraction. Some kind of distraction.
Yeah.
We'll shoot her. It's genius.
That would be
Perfect,
distracting.
Perfect. I can roll spend on that. I have +4 to shoot. shoot her, but distractingly for shoot charisma. I'm joking. I ain't got anything for specifics. Doug Mukin?
Like I said, I can describe the explosion in great detail.
No, Max.
All right. That sounds like a connection distraction to me. So don't you go ahead and roll a Charisma Connect?
Sure. Not likely to succeed. You never know.
You sound
Ooh.
so
Yeah.
disappointed that it's gone. not to do it.
I'm probably not gonna roll good in this scene, so I'll go ahead and use my reroll.
Okay.
You sounded so disappointed that you don't get a bonus for being good at explosives.
Alright, Ginja, go ahead and roll without the +1 because we'll know if that adds a +1 after Zoe rolls.
Right.
Would you like to use your reroll?
I think I might do. Yeah, I think I might reroll that. That is very bad.
Genja, I think only one of your dice is counting. You rolled 3 and 1.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Hang on. So reroll. Okay, reroll is take better, so that it doesn't become a 1. I have still got the 3.
Yes.
Although it would be hilarious.
However,
Just took the 1.
It would.
I mean, well, the difficulty for Zoe is basically effectively negative regardless.
Yeah.
Because remember, I like it's being factors onto Zoe's roll, but effectively I have a -4 to this.
Yeah.
So Zoe has to roll at least a -1 to figure out what's going on. Or maybe if the assist works, she has to roll at least a 0. Yeah, I think Das is an open book right now. There is nothing hidden.
You've got one other opportunity. If Elise is here, then you could get a reroll from Elise.
And Felice is here, yes. Did she come? I forget whether we invited. No, we did invite her because of Zoe interaction. She wants to corrupt Zoe, right?
Yeah, in fact, I remember we kind of left off on the chance that Jacko might be able to join it at the end. So, yeah.
One
Okay.
more try. Please get at least a 6.
One more try.
Please get at least a 6.
Okay.
I mean, it's a 6 on the dice.
It's an improvement.
So Zoe has to roll maybe a difficulty 2. Maybe.
I mean, that's all weird.
Wow, she did
Yeah.
roll poorly, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This looking at this with how the numbers have worked out, right?
Mhm.
Even ignoring Das's -4, Zoe
Mhm.
still figures stuff out
Yeah.
because that's 6 versus 5,
Yeah.
I
Now-
and
think
then there's a -4 in there. So yeah,
even if Zoe
yeah.
rolled 2 nat
The
1, she would have had an 8.
The dice is supposed to
yeah.
Oh dear.
what's funny is without the +4 that Das gave Zoe, Doug's assist would have
Yeah.
been a success, and everybody would have rolled 6s.
Hmm.
Well, except for Doug, who rolled an 8.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Zoe and
Yeah.
Das would both have rolled a 6, and that success would have gone to the player.
Hmm.
So
Right.
it is just a
So
kid.
actually, yeah, just a kid.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that colossal glaring -4, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And-
Cool.
and-
Yeah.
And we're quite sure that just a kid remains in effect even if the opponent is another kid.
Yes, because it doesn't say the difficulty for adults to read your emotional state.
Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I think about tricks.
Zoe gives no direct indication
Mhm.
that of her suspicions, because she doesn't know that you've just lied. She doesn't know what the lie was. She's just reading Das's uncomfortable body language,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
Now's a
has
fantastic time to go to the bathroom, actually.
what's that?
I was just saying, now'd be a fantastic time for Das to go to the bathroom, actually.
Yeah. I think there's probably there's a bit of the uncomfortableness from that, but then also Das is probably you're thinking about turning off the air. 'Cause that was a
Ooh.
Yeah.
weird moment for Das as well,
We did do that.
and it just all kind of
Yeah.
I think maybe she initially tries to hide things, and then the air thing comes in, and it's just nope, there's no hiding now.
Thank you.
It's all on
thank
there.
Thank you for providing a ready-made excuse for what it was we lied about. Honestly, I kind of want Zoe to ask. But, yeah, carry on. Sorry for interrupted.
She doesn't.
Hmm.
Which is a trick that you've seen her father use.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you tell her that the data was too dangerous, and it all went up.
Mhm.
So for a moment, she says, "You saw it, then? What was it? What was so dangerous?"
Would be dangerous to tell you that.
It can't be dangerous just telling me what it is. I don't have. You destroyed the research. What was it about? You owe me this. This is the job I sent you on.
Suffice to say that
To be fair, it was a bit of a headache for us with Eileen being Eileen.
suffice to say the the sector is wider than you know. And it was your father that sent us on this job, wasn't it?
Oh,
Well, part of
As
the
you raised an
job
eyebrow.
was that we would give the information.
We
Uh,
were doing
No,
the
that
Zoe.
was, I know that was what Zoe asked. Is yeah, but officially it was our
Yeah.
dad that sent us on this job.
well, you've never done a job for two competing demands. Thought you were professionals.
We are,
That's
and we
where
have,
you were wrong.
and honestly, this is important enough that I'm taking the opportunity to say that no, even if you think it's best for you to know about this, I know better. I'm allowed to decide that, aren't I?
Not this time, no.
Oh.
You don't get to decide what I should and shouldn't know.
Okay, so like, are you not picking up on the irony here, or?
There's no irony. I gave you a job and you just decided not to do it.
Hmm. Percy chews that over for a moment, and then sort of shrugs.
And
I mean, Eileen's
Yeah,
alive,
and
ain't she?
you're the
mean-
Raza. You're a mercenary crew. You have means, and I know that you have a lot of education and expertise, but
Mhm.
you don't have the connections or the intelligence network that I have.
If anything, that makes telling you more dangerous rather than safer.
You think you're qualified to make that decision.
Yeah.
You did half the job. Thank you for keeping Eileen alive.
I will say that I suspect it's not going to remain a secret forever. And when it comes out, you'll understand why this is the call that we're making.
You act as if I'm an enemy here who can't be trusted with some kind of secret intelligence. And that is, quite frankly, very insulting. I'm offended.
I'm not, I'm not acting as if you're an enemy who can't be trusted with the intelligence. I'm acting as if nobody can be trusted with the intelligence, and minimizing its spread is in everyone's best interests.
If it's going to come out eventually anyways, then shouldn't people with influence and power and the proper moral standing to act on the information know it in advance so that preparation can be made behind the scene? Why are you shooting yourself in the foot if this is so dangerous and people are going to find out eventually anyways? You're making my job managing this city more difficult, you're making my father's job whose actual job it is to manage the city, more difficult. I think you made the wrong choice.
We are very difficult folk.
Out of character, shit, she's got a point.
She-
Huh.
Probably.
Shit.
If she wants the info, she can bring Cassian into it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I was just thinking something along those lines. For all her power and influence, like she is a big fish in a small pond. We need the big fish in the big pond for this one.
You say that.
I don't say exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
What I do say is that
You say it
Um,
circumspect.
I say that, you know what? Yeah, no, that's actually a decent point. But with that being said, okay. My condition for sharing this is that we go to your father first. We use your father's resource network, and if you are okay with it, we tell him that we sought out the information in the first place on your request and ask if you can be brought in the loop on it as well, since you've come of age and you're ready to deal with this kind of thing.
And full disclosure, not just the headline.
Yeah.
I knew you
like
had
say-
it.
Hmm?
She says, I knew you had it.
And Percy does grin at that. You said it yourself, we're professionals.
Are we?
Percy elbows back
Professionals
under the table.
being outmaneuvered by a 17-year-old, but that's fair.
Professionals at what we do, not professionals at politics.
She smiles, like as if she's won a victory with that. Yes. Which
All
is
according to
exactly the
plan.
point I make. I think that's a fair compromise. If this is truly as dangerous as you say, I'll consult with my father. And I'll tell him the dealings I've had behind his back. He should be proud, I think.
He'll be more proud if he hears it from you than he would if he had it from us.
Thank you for covering for me, by the way. And sorry I had to be mean to you just now.
Percy sort of shrugs. I've had worse.
Oh, you shouldn't have had to. But, okay. Alright. Unless there's anything else you want to say or interact with Zoe, she is satisfied to conclude that meeting with the decision on her shoulders to continue to pursue this. She needs to bring her father in.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
All right.
Everyone else being very quiet. I think I may have just made that decision unilaterally.
There was contributions that led to it, so I think you're fine.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't necessarily disagree.
And it was Knox's
Yeah.
suggestion that
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Knox.
Yeah. I mean, I think if Union had been researching what we thought they were researching, we wouldn't be going this way. But
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, like if it was actually 0 point infinite energy, or if it was 0 point infinite energy that didn't risk the incursion of the Vega, then I would say
Yeah.
I might be okay with sharing it. I wouldn't
yeah,
have.
it's like it's basically if they were doing what we thought they were doing,
Yeah.
then no,
Yeah.
but they weren't. So yeah.
Before we leave,
Mhm.
could we just get a check for dings?
In fact,
Let's see. This place is established for privacy. Sorry, Nox. I should have. I always forget the silent component, even with psychic characters. It's just it's part of me getting used to the sci-fi. Like, you don't have mages detecting magic all over the place in fantasy settings, right?
Some games you do.
I guess some games you do. I've never run a setting like that. So
It's
this
a ritual. You can cast it while it's active.
it wasn't a ritual while I was running D&D.
Well, also, you say it's a ritual, but that's like, you taking 10 minutes standing down, sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna notice that.
Yeah.
You need a what was it? The warlock thing that lets them cast it at will.
Yeah.
Eyes of the Runekeeper. That's what you really. That's what you need in 5e for that effect.
Or you need it to be a drow, because you can get a feat as a drow that lets you cast it at will.
Yeah. So suffice to say,
Or you move to Pathfinder and it's a cantrip.
Yeah, there you go.
suffice to say, it's never been a prominent feature in any campaigns I've run before this specific sci-fi setting. And it wouldn't have been because detect magic. Oh yeah, there's adventurers. They are loaded with magic. So I keep forgetting, and that's my excuse and apology. Yes, there were metacynics at the door. They didn't notice Kana because you cloaked. Trying to think if this would, you know what, I'm going to put it to a 50-50. If this would be a place that has any kind of actual suppression tech or psychics in place. I'm going to roll a d10, and on a 1, they actually have suppression. Actually, you know what this is. On a 1 through 3, they have suppression tech. Because this was a big thing for Zoe. 4 through 7, just metapsychic, like a metapsychic with a psychic static or something active. Okay. Or what did I say? 8 to 10, nothing. Okay, so they actually have tech that suppresses psychic activity.
Fancy.
This is one of the absolute higher class establishments. Even Zoe might have had to pull some favors to get you all here.
Man, how frustrating would it have been for her if she pulled some favors to get us here and then went, oh, yeah, no, Eileen is around. I'm going to push them together. No, you're not. Okay, well, what about the tech? No.
Yeah. But hey, if you need Psycraft pre-tech components, you know where to go to rate it.
Nice.
Because the only thing that can produce psychic effect or suppression through technology has to have pre-tech components. Pre-tech, sci-tech components. Okay. So with that established, and to answer your question of were there dings, no.
Okay.
Aside from the metascience that you already detected.
Yeah. Separate question. Could Myokin / anyone else that was psychic feel that they were in a suppression zone?
Yes.
Cool. That's good information.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh wait, no, it doesn't actually change anything. I was gonna say Elise's change fortune thing. Wouldn't have made a difference though.
Wouldn't have made a difference, no.
Yeah.
That's canonically rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, by the wording of the focus thing, Das canonically rolled a -1.
There you go, yeah.
utterly failed.
You failed so hard that it's not possible for most people to fail that badly.
Exactly.
Congratulations, you're special.
I actually
Yeah.
applied the +4 to her 10, so you shouldn't apply it to the 3 also.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but -1, and then
technically-
she rolled a 6 or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. You can certainly look at it the other way too. Yeah.
Yeah, still a difference of
Yeah.
7, but funnier this way.
Yeah, definitely funnier to be like, oh, I rolled a -1.
-1.
Would have been even funnier if it was re-roll and keep the new one, because then it's like, oh, I rolled a -3
Yeah,
in a 2d6 plus system.
Yeah.
Next campaign, you need to roll a diplomat of some sort, just so that you can be the exact opposite at this. It's like,
oh, I'm not
yes,
playing a diplomat.
yes, I rolled a 16 on my talk check.
Yeah, that's like the one character archetype I don't play, diplomat.
Ah.
I've been
Basically,
trying it.
anything else I can manage. Diplomat, no.
Yeah, I think I might try it next time, but we'll see.
Oh, we'll see how that
Talking
goes.
hard.
Hmm?
Talking hard.
Mm.
Well, let's jump back to the present just long enough to retro back to the 25th.
Okay.
So, time for the big reveal. Whose birthday is it?
Well, so there's a lot of effort goes into this one from Das.
Must be good.
And this is the first birthday planning that Koana is not a part of.
Oh!
Oh.
I think we've all guessed, and I think we're all wrong. I think we've all guessed the
Acid.
same wrong thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, is it Acid's
Well, you-
birthday?
And that's when we find out. That's when we find out. That's when we find out that Das actually has Raju on the birthday calendar. Because you can go collect them. Like
No,
fucking happy,
it is
happy
Koana.
birthday,
Yeah.
happy birthday, bitch. We
Ah,
telekidnapped you so that we can
Not
celebrate.
too obvious.
Yeah, it's Koana. And Das is like trying to find like anyone that isn't Koana that can do things and help plan this.
Without leaking.
And,
Yeah.
yes, which is probably a lot easier given Koana's not involved.
Not leaky is easier, and also Kwana is quite distractible.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'll fucking my contribution is like running fucking gunnery drills with her or something to keep her sharp.
Mm. Yeah.
Myokan will help hang things up with wall climb. I don't know.
All right. Who else is helping with the planning for Koana? Percy's already in the box. Let me move Das. There we go. As far as people capable of keeping a secret, you know that Axel is pretty good at keeping things quiet. Aurelia, when she wants to.
Yep.
Elena and Chishin are also fairly tight-lipped, although Chishin is not exactly the sort to do this kind of thing unless told that it's part of her job.
Right. Yeah. No. I think. I don't think Das is the type to be like, yeah, this is part of your job now. Like, this is definitely not a, you are being ordered to do this. It's like a, would you like to come and help?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if she's aware that Chishin is the type that would be unlikely to, unless specifically told, like, you have to, then no, not going to approach her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just asking her would result in some sharp words in Rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
which at least is slowly learning. Actually, she's probably learned it by now. So at least could tell you what mean thing she shouldn't said.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Das, Percy, and Connor.
We can rope in some of the other tight-lipped people.
Vicky would probably be good if you can keep her away from anybody else she might tell. She's not terribly tight-lipped, but she's not Koana.
Hmm.
Well, I'll let you ponder on the NPCs. What is Das planning for this?
I don't know. I do feel like Das would be better at thinking about this than I am. I mean, it's kind of like it's got to be at least as good as Dima's was. So.
Do you want to put a pin in this and have it pondered over the course of the week, and we'll move you along to Irgarji to end the session? Or as we near the end of the session, I mean.
I don't know. I don't know that it'd help. I probably would end up not thinking about it at all, and then get to the start of next session and go like,
Even just having some time for the problem to ferment in your head could work.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We'll leave it to you. I don't want to pressure you one way or the other.
Dix, what is the quality of like bakers among the people that we have managed to Shanghai into this shenanigan?
Among
Do we have anyone who can bake worth a damn?
For some reason, I keep thinking of Dima as a good cook. I don't know why, but that seems to strike me as something that's been established, that he's a decent chef, or at least a good chef.
Yeah.
None of the others really strike me. None of the other NPCs really strike me as being particularly chef-like.
Yoken cooks, but is that the right kind of cooking?
Note to self: at next available opportunity, hire a baker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess normally Koana and Das between them handle the cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, that means the standard for like bake a good cake is actually not
Pretty low,
super
yeah.
high. Like it's not going to be hard to bake a cake that's about that good. So,
Do you want to
we'll be
have
fine.
Miyoken and Dima coordinate? Work together on it?
Yeah, definitely be suggested. This is true.
Oh, come on, put some icing on it at least. Oh, wait, that's still a solid block of sugar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That
know-
definitely needs to happen as a gag cake.
You know,
Like,
Yeah.
you present that first.
Yeah.
you know, that's actually kind of an idea, almost maybe.
However, it does come with the downside of probably making Koana hyperactive for the rest of the day.
She's not already.
It's gonna happen
You're
already.
not supposed to actually eat it.
Joshi will.
Yeah. You expect to hand sugar to Koana and have her not eat it.
Now, I will say that aside from Chishin, who's just a sharp-tongued curmudgeon herself, pretty much everyone on the crew likes Koana, so any one of them will help. Aurelia's Aurelia's excluded from that broad statement because there's a little bit of a jealousy factor there. She likes Koana, but doesn't like that she's more popular than her.
Again.
Yeah.
So you can ask any of them to help. Got a good group here. Demon, Myokin, working on a cake and a block of sugar.
Yeah. I feel like it's like it needs to be like, you've got one kind of sugar for like cake, and then another kind for like filling, and then icing, and it like the structure is cake, but it's just all sugar.
Sounds to me like brown sugar would be the cake.
Yeah.
Cream cheese would be the filling, and then normal icing or frosting for the frosting.
I can hear it. I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you no, you have like colored icing, and then you draw on top of it, and just straight up sugar.
This is making me hyper just thinking about it.
Oh dear.
All right, so you've got the cake covered. Is there going to be a cake for normal people?
Oh yes.
Okay.
It has to be. I think the rest of us would die if we tried to eat that.
Yeah.
Kawana will
Yeah,
also die
I-
if she tries to eat that. You will have to restrain her.
Oh, yeah. I think probably like the sugar cake is relatively small, and the idea is we cut very very small pieces for people so that they have a little bit of the sugar cake, but it's like it'd be like having a sweet or something rather than having a piece of cake.
Okay.
And maybe a bit bigger for Kawana, but still not cake slice size.
Okay. What kind of activities or decorations you think are being rolled out for Kawana?
Hmm.
Sugar? Question? No, that feels mean. Our characters would know Koana better than that by now.
Yeah.
We would know things
Yeah.
that she likes that are not sugar.
Indeed.
Well, she is genuinely excitable and enthusiastic about just about everything, as long as it's not something that's mean, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So just about any kind of activity. I should also, I suppose, exclude things that are slow or boring. She won't get so excited about. She's not going to be as excited about a chess competition. The only excitement there will be that somebody arranged a chess competition for her birthday. So anything from dancing to karaoke, anything that's active and socially involved.
She does seem like the kind who would like karaoke, doesn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
It'll
certain.
happen.
You know who else likes karaoke is gonna be Doug.
Yeah.
All right. So there's some karaoke, a stage set up, prepared for quick and easy rollout into the galley when it's time to turn it into a birthday room. You guys need a dedicated birthday room for this at this point.
At this point, I'd be surprised if we don't have one.
You know what?
I think it's the galley.
The
We're
ship.
just the mess, like
There
Yeah.
you go.
you don't go to the mess to eat. You go to the birthday room that isn't currently being used for a birthday. That's how it works now.
All right. Fair enough. When visitors are given the tour, they are introduced to the birthday room, and when asked, "What's that?" Oh, sorry, that's the mess. All right. So we've got karaoke, we've got a sugar cake, we've got a normal but still over sugared cake, or is it normal sugared cake?
I mean, I think there's probably enough crew members. We could have a few. We could
True.
do like a normal sugared cake and a less sugared cake for the people who want to like do the opposite of what we normally have at birthdays, and a more sugared cake for Koana.
And then the pure sugar cake.
And then the pure sugar cake that we try and prevent Koana from eating all of. The operative word there being try.
Realistically, if there's anybody's birthday that's gonna have multiple cakes,
Oh yes,
it's probably Koana's, right?
it's got to be. It's got to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, there is another one, but we'll get there.
It's
Yes, there is a thing specifically in my notes about it.
Oh dear.
it's kind of funny thinking of preventing Koana from eating all the cake in. Like, normally you go to the bar with somebody and you try and prevent them from drinking too much.
Yeah, Koana is cake.
Koana is cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, and for decorations, so are you just you're just going for mass sensory overload, all the colors and lasers
I
and.
mean, it's Koana, yes.
Okay.
You know, they're like, if anybody's birthday is going to be like massive sensory overload decorations, yes, it's this one.
Look, I just hope nobody has epilepsy.
Oh, Das would, like, before doing any like flashing stuff or anything like that, Das would definitely check.
Yeah.
Go down to Riley and just be like, "Hi, any issues with doing flashing lights for people, or you know, is there someone I need to be careful?" And, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's sensory overload, but trying not to cause any genuine medical issues.
Okay. Well, as to be expected with this kind of preparation and celebration, Koana is over the fucking moon.
Yeah.
She is giddy and she is high on love and she is high on sugar.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Would we roll exert to see if we can stop her from getting into the pure sugar cake?
Want to know that one was a joke?
I think a combination of rolls to see how well Koana is, how well and how subtly Koana is kind of guided away and restrained. So someone roll me a notice check. No, we don't do fondant.
Okay, who would be Percy's paranoid? I'll roll it.
Okay, all right.
Am I paranoid because I'm good at notice, or am I good at notice because I'm paranoid? Either way, I'm average at notice.
Okay. And who is going to try to sneakily or directly, if you prefer, try to block Koana from having too much cake? The direct doesn't necessarily have to be like blocking her, but would have to be physically engaging in activities with her, and that would be the exert. The subtle would be redirecting her without physically engaging as much, and that would be sneak. Both of those are going to be with charisma.
Yeah. I mean, I think Das would be steering her towards the activities as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and roll the charisma sneak check for her?
Yeah.
All right.
Not too bad.
These are not hard checks because you've given Koana so much stimulation.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And I think the only other check to make is karaoke. Let's get a round of charisma perform.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
yeah,
as
eat
expected.
that.
There's
As
Douglas
expected.
stealing the show.
Maybe.
Yeah, Percy's
Eh.
doing pretty good too.
Percy doesn't embarrass himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, average.
Holding up.
Average.
Enthusiastic, at least.
Enthusiastic,
Maybe,
uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yep. Meal
I don't know if it's
wins.
actually enthusiastic, but you know.
There's
These-
Kana.
Let's see how Elise does.
Someone go ahead and roll it for me. Alright.
Elise, I think. No, 9's pretty decent. Elise wouldn't re-roll it. She's pretty decent. Her charisma's so good. What the heck? No.
Alright. All around, good rolls. Difficulty for any of these were 6, by the way.
Yeah.
So
The feller consequences.
I don't really know what the consequences. I didn't expect anybody to roll below a 6.
you get burned off the ship.
Yeah. So yeah, generally a fun celebration that has, of course, gratified Kawana, and for all the crew, kind of, big morale boost.
Go team.
Go team.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that if we want to cut anyone's wages directly before this would be the best time. I'm joking. Like, sorry gang, we kind of we kind of splurged on Kawana's party.
And Kawana didn't even get too sick. She got a little bit sick, but not too sick.
In fairness, that is partly on us for making a cake that was entirely sugar, and partly on her for not having the sugar-related survival instincts in all humans.
Hey, she can't be blamed for that. That's cultural.
He was
God,
raised in a sugar-positive environment.
it really does feel like we're trying to keep a zoo animal alive in the wild, doesn't it? Dear, oh dear.
It's like keeping a dog away from chocolate, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
All right. Any last touches you want to add to that, or anyone wants to add to that? All right. Then let's see. That was on the 25th. Where were you at the 25th? You were on your way to March. Because you reached March on the 26th. Okay, so that followed up by a couple days of shore leave for some crew. Generally, really positive experience.
Nice, love that.
Alrighty. And I have seen both of the little gifts there, Nox. Those are I haven't responded to them yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Figured I would do so in text after the game. What? I think so. Yeah, good. Well, with the last couple minutes we've got left, after the excitement of Kawana's party, is jump, spike drill, unmapped, I believe. Double check that. Oh, no, going from high stroke to Irgarji is a 2-hex jump. There is no roll needed. You even have a rudder. And so in a couple more days, you reach 1.2 more days. I'm sorry. You reach Irgarji, and from the edge of the system, you can see that there is a handful of ships out there. Out in orbit around Halea, which is also where Brigadoon is in orbit. Brigadoon is the station it's a refueling station, but it is serving as the meeting place between Galactic Mandate and Mercure Core. Well, between all the interested parties in managing this contact, but that got narrowed down to Galactic Mandate and Mercure Core. Yeah, there are enough ships that you can see from the edge of the system that there are a bunch of ships. Obviously, you're too far away to identify or get exact numbers. You just see that there's more energy activity out there than you would expect for a non-hub planet or system. And you can start making your way there to pick up Asta. And you're also going to get news dropped on the 5th. Because that's
Yes.
actually when you arrive. And I'll post that news over the week, probably closer to Sunday, knowing how I roll and how restrained I am with my time when I need to do something.
Of course.
It's terrible. Always the procrastinator. And anybody have any last bits or anything to add before I put us into reviewing?
I guess Cassian is going to catch up with us next time we get to March then.
Yeah. I could cap that and say that Zoe didn't go back to Cassian. You didn't hear from him within the 3 more days that you stayed on Lumiere. I guess she probably would have intimated that she will pick her opportunity and will revisit this next time you're around if you leave first.
Fair.
Yeah. Go ahead and put the stream ending up.